Welcome back. Love Boat Project, episode 72. I am Mike Robertson, joined as always by Mike Taylor. Mike, what took you the longest to do? Write the role of Milton Benson, uh, get into the makeup to perform the role of Milton Benson, or build the time machine to allow you to perform this episode as Milton Benson? Because Milton Benson was Mike Taylor 1,000,000% this week. So.
A magician never gives away his secrets, so I'll just say through the magic of television. Yeah, it's funny. I was just like, I totally get this guy.
What a character. What a
Wow.
character. I mean, in an episode that was, let's say, lackluster, this guy was a cartoon, but delivered every time
He
in the most nonsensical way. Just an absolute joy, to the point where I wrote down way more of his quotes than I probably should have, because I was they were just great. Like, he just basically was just like, you suck and you suck.
Yeah, I'll punch you in the face.
Oh my
You four
God.
eyes. He was bullying. You know what's great is that he could have been the only guest this week. He and his
Yeah.
wife or anyone, and I would have been happy.
Oh God. It was just like it was really just like a absolute caricature of a character, but it was great. And it
He
was
came in
like,
hot and
he came in hot, he
that way.
stayed hot,
He
and he
stayed
left
hot.
hot.
For 44 minutes. That guy was on 10.
I mean,
At
he pulled a
night, in the
gun, and
morning.
that wasn't even the
Oh,
wildest thing he did.
no. Oh, he was great. Absolutely great.
So I'm looking for
And again, how
the
old
light.
is he? Is he in the category of an old?
Oh, he's definitely an old. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
So
I mean, it made me think about the fact I don't think we can do it, because I don't want it to be something where we're just shoehorning in 38 awards just so everybody gets one or whatever. But it is that thing. It's that thing that we talked about a little bit with like a Fred Travellina appearance last year, where it's just like, this isn't good, quote unquote, or whatever, but it's funny.
Right.
And it's like ridiculous. And it was just like, but I think that's where, like, a best moment kind of thing. Like, I feel like that was the kind of performance that, like, oh yeah, when I look back on season 3, remember that crazy guy who just called stooping Popeye for that whole hour?
Well, four eyes, just all this. Yeah, and you know what's funny? It's weird. Is I don't even care what his age is. This is a award-winning performance, regardless of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You
Like
find the award. You find the
this
award.
cuts right
We'll
across
stick him some.
his.
He might have to be best animal.
Because Milton Benson was just on fire.
Yeah.
What a force James Gregory was in this episode. Bravo, sir.
Well, we will talk about him and things less good than him in tonight's
Less
episode,
good.
season 3, episode 21 or 24. But it's the 21st episode of season 3 here. Dumb Luck, Tres Amigos, and Hey Jealous Lover. Not Hey Jealousy, the Jim Blossoms hit from the 90s.
It really would be a miracle of time if that worked out. Jeez.
Tell me, Mike, do you think it would be all right if I could just crash here tonight?
Arizona is the pride of Arizona. Yeah.
Brilliant Professor Carol Kite. I don't know why they made that so complicated. Plays dumb to attract men, only to have the man that she likes think she's too dumb.
That's what you get playing around.
Vicky and a
sorry.
Got comments on that. Vicky and a passenger befriend a stowaway.
Blood.
Yeah. Lays a feather stiff as a board. What the hell was that about?
What?
Jesus. And then the overprotective Milt Benson thinks that every single male on this boat is hitting on his wife Gert. Just amazing performance. That is an accurate synopsis, but left some meat on the bone in terms of things we will end up talking about tonight, because it leaves out probably 2 or 3 of the bigger problems I have with this episode, including the existence of the Gaines family. So
there's a
jeez.
I can't wait.
Brought to you by the Department of Homeland Security.
Science. Mm,
Original air date March 15th, 1980. Now, if you remember, Mike,
mm,
we did our last show out of the Olympic break. It was March 1st.
right. Oh, we
Last
skipped a week.
it was a rerun, which is just a weird setup. You come out of the
You
Olympics, the new one,
1 week?
then rerun, then one. Yeah, so
What was which episode did they rerun?
a very lousy episode. It was
Really? Like,
episode 2 from this season, The Gentleman's Gentleman, and if you remember, The Stages of Love with the Big Ragu.
oh
Um,
boy.
Leave that sat in our worst episode slot for a while, this season, so weird
Leave that for
choice.
much longer. But yeah, that's wow, with all the episodes to air, that's you'd think it maybe you would air the season premiere again. Why would you have that one on? Just to
Or do you try so the
I don't know what you
only
did there.
I was trying to, like, tie the 2 together. If you remember, the 3rd storyline in that one was Julie's friend, who was the would-be cruise director, and Julie was kinda jealous, and they were still hitting her with Chanel stuff.
Yeah, that's
So I
when they did
guess
the
you could do,
song
like, a
off,
Julie's
right?
friend, yeah, you could do, like, a Julie's friend mashup. I don't know. I don't know if they put that much thought into it, but
Well,
I would think you would put on an episode that has somebody that's going to be in next week's episode.
uh, that's a very good point. That's a very good
Now, there
point.
weren't a lot of those options this time, but you could have done that.
But I would think if you're not going to show a new episode, you know, they always had like those specials. Put a special on or something. Not even a Love Boat. Do something different. It's just odd to me to
Well,
repeat it is weird.
why not stretch the Olympics and do like a Olympics recap last week on the 1st
Right.
and then do the new one on the 8th and just have the new ones rolling?
Keep rolling. I don't know. But maybe the sweeps were different. I mean, who knows?
Well, I got to tell you,
Yeah.
this is one of the more unusual nights we've had
Excellent.
in what else is on. So let me clear up the norms here. A couple norms. Chips is a rerun. It's the one where Eric Estrada actually got hurt doing the stunts on the
Oh,
bike.
good.
So
Well, that's good. That's good. Yeah, let's
so
put that back on.
let's show that one again. But I feel
Sorry,
like,
Eric.
but again, why is Chips doing a rerun? So
Is there a holiday? Is there something going on?
I guess Easter might be close. I guess Easter could be in play
Is it March? Well,
mid
it's
March.
not the. It is March
Well, it's
Madness.
yeah, but I don't even know what March Madness
We had
looks like
four
in
teams back in
1980.
1980. Is that
Yeah,
how
so
they just said
um,
March. They didn't call it Madness. It was 4 teams. It wasn't a big deal.
we'll come back to NBC, CBS at 8 p.m. It's the Chisholms.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, still
It's
going strong,
getting
huh?
well, these synopses for the Chisholms are getting
Makes
more and
no
more dull.
sense. Yeah.
Isn't the point of these synopses to at least kind of try to draw you into watching it? Tell me
Every
if this
time I
one.
hear a new one, it's like I feel like I'm missing out on some inside joke. Like I don't even know what to make of it. Okay,
Here's the thing. I don't think I'm missing anything on this one. I think this is just like, really? This is going to be an
just
hour.
straightforward. Here we
Well,
go.
we lead with Minerva again. Minerva Chisholm,
Don't trust her.
a devout Southern Baptist,
Oh, well, maybe you can trust her.
is shocked when she learns that Bo, who I think is her brother, but also I thought maybe Bo was related to that Shirley O'Brien. I don't know.
Maybe both.
I've lost
Who
track.
knows?
Bo is helping out their neighbor, a Franciscan friar, with building a new chapel.
That sounds like
That's an hour.
boring hour of television.
Like, there's not like a secondary plot there that we can
That's it.
get into.
Nail by nail, we're gonna put these planks up. Oh gosh, we're
All
back
right.
from break. More hammering. Oh, boo.
So I'm trying to figure out how I want to frame this for you. I got a little bit of a game for you.
Excellent.
But let's start with BJ and the Bear will not be seen tonight.
Oh,
So we can bring you one of 3 series premieres that are airing on March 15th, 1980. We've got one on NBC at 9. We've got one at 9 on CBS, and we've got one at 10:30 on CBS. Now, what I'd like you to do, Mike,
yeah.
is I have the total amount of episodes for each of these 3 shows.
Okay.
Now, I would like you to guess which one fits. Put them in order, basically, most to least, based
Okay,
on
okay.
either title or synopsis. Which would you? What would
Title.
you rather have?
Give me title.
Title?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so
Actually,
the titles.
title. Yeah, title.
Okay, the titles are
Mm-hmm.
Sanford, Hagen, Never Say Never. Please put those in order from most episodes to least.
All right. So should I give you three? My number three first.
Yep, sure.
I'm gonna say three for Hagen. Hagen.
Okay.
Sanford is two, and this Near Say News one.
Okay. At 10:30 on CBS, Never Say Never, making its debut episode and its only episode. And not even really. This is a weird one where it's actually listed on IMDb as having aired in July of the previous summer. There's only one episode, so I don't know if they re-aired this or it. I don't know what happened. It is
Was it some
weird.
executive was like, wait, we have to give. What is it?
Well, I mean, you got to show George Kennedy starring as Harry Walter, a hard-nosed middle-aged businessman who falls for a younger, attractive female doctor. And their age gap really causes problems, Mike. Crazy. The young female attractive doc.
Wait, this is a 1 hour show or a 30-minute show?
This is a 30-minute show.
Okay, thank God. All right.
No, this is 30-minute. Hagen, which is before this, they had a 90-minute pilot, but we'll get to that. You know who played the hot female doctor, love interest of George Kennedy? Anne Schneiden or Schneiden? Doesn't matter. You may know her best as Kate Tanner. No, Kate Tanner, Willie Tanner's wife, Gordon Shumway's would-be boarder in Alf. Hey, Willie, indeed.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah. Airing before Never Say Never for 90 minutes on CBS. It's Hagen. Hagen, an outdoorsman from Idaho. You'll never get this one. An outdoorsman from Idaho joins up with a city-bred lawyer to fight crime in San Francisco.
Why is he in San Francisco if he lives in the middle of nowhere in Iowa?
Or Idaho.
Why would he be in San Francisco? It doesn't even make any sense.
I guess we have to watch the first episode. The first of 9 episodes for Hagen.
Yeah. Wow, they really set the table with a 90-minute too, just to go.
Yeah,
you know what? We need time to really explain the intricacies.
The longer IMDb thing really goes into it. He's a hunter. He's a gamesman. He's a fishman. He's like, so I get the impression it's like this guy is like the city smart guy is like, hey, you know what we should do is I got this tracking system, and this guy's, oh yeah, and he throws a fish at him or something. Like I don't know what it is.
Or he goes to light someone's cigarette, you know, and the guy's like with the 2 sticks, and he's like, stupid.
Starring Chad Everett.
Why do I know that name? Chad.
Because he was the lead guy in Medical Center, which I've never seen, but I know is a reference. So
I was more of a Emergency fan than the Medical Center.
Oh, we'll get to Emergency. The pilot episode here actually stars Stubby nominee herself, Samantha Egger, who played the fortune teller last season.
Oh, it came in her own box. Yeah.
Yes, she did. So I don't know if she comes in a box here or not.
She comes in a box in this thing too. Well, only for 9 episodes.
You managed to get them in completely wrong order. The longest running of the 3 series that debuted on March 15th was Sanford. And maybe if you had thought about it for a second, you would have realized that this is about Fred Sanford,
Yeah.
who meets a wealthy widow from Beverly Hills. And while they like each other, her brother and housekeeper fight to keep them apart. So this is, we kind of talked about a little bit of all this when Damon Wilson was on earlier in the season,
Oh, when
but he
yeah.
didn't come back. So he didn't come back.
Right.
This is after Red Fox left for all the money and a variety show, which got canceled immediately. So I guess he comes back for this. I don't know if it's set in LA. The fat white guy's in it.
Seen it. Oh, the
The
fat
fat white
guy
guy's
from
in it. Yeah.
Interesting.
I have no idea. So this lasted 26 episodes.
Really?
So it made it into next season. So
I wonder if he had some sort of deal, because he was a draw at one point. I wonder if they just rolled the dice, especially put him on a Saturday night like that. Well, they put him up against the Love Boat repeat. It was a dud night to really test it out.
I mean, this is now. This is tonight. This is a new Love Boat that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I
misunderstood. Yeah. No, I didn't check what was going on last week. So.
Wow. Yeah, I mean,
weird to have 3 debuts in March.
That's crazy.
Varying degrees of success. So.
But I almost feel like it's just like these shows are really just cannon fodder, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
You can't throw these shows and expect to compete on a Saturday night at 9:00. You can't compete.
As we get, I would say we're like 2 more years. I would say once we get to like 82, 83, I feel like there's a line of, if we haven't heard of the show, it's a flop, right? We're still a little outside of that.
Right.
Like there might have been some shows like in those top 20 that we didn't hear or know about, but it's like we're getting pretty close to where if the show was worth anything, we probably knew about it because it would have been reruns when we were growing up or something. Right. Yeah. So Hagen, I've never heard of, never say never heard of, and I didn't know this.
No. I can't wait for the eventual Hardcastle and McCormick.
I kind of want to watch a Hagen.
I kind of want to watch Hagen too. And I want to watch the 90 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Let him set it up.
Yeah, and then fail miserably, I guess.
And then fail miserably.
All right, let's.
Did he just die in the city? Is that how it only lasted 9 episodes? Because he only lasted 9 episodes. Like, did the mean streets of San Francisco just tear this dude up? He's deceased now. Show's over.
He got run over by a trolley car because there's no trolley cars in Idaho, so he just kept.
Yeah, he didn't know what was going on. Poor guy.
Okay. Let's look at who's on this thing. I'm gonna skip a couple people here. So let's start with the Gaineses.
Yes, please.
Jennifer Darling plays Alice Gaines. Only boat for her. She has a pretty good name, Jennifer Darling, but not much behind it. She was a prolific voice actress. Did a lot of cartoons in the 80s and 90s, stuff that we would have watched, but was pretty consistently listed as additional voice.
Ooh, she's a lady, probably.
Yeah, but additional voice is tough. Like she didn't have a lot of spots where it was like a character. So
same thing happened to Melissa Blanc.
See, her husband on here, John Gabriel, playing Floyd Gaines. Floyd Gaines. By the way, that guy does not look. He doesn't carry himself like a Floyd. What are you running from, Floyd Gaines?
Floyd. What is that streetwise name? Get out of here. He shouldn't have Floyd.
This is his only boat, and I'm very happy about
Milton Gaines. Yeah.
Did not like Floyd Gaines.
No, he was lame. He was just dressed.
Did you have any idea?
Huh?
Did you any idea who he was?
No. Yeah. And I still don't. I'm looking at his picture right now, and it doesn't.
He played, get a load of this name, Dr. Seneca Bulak in 775 episodes of Ryan's Hope.
Okay.
Which I believe was see, I was gonna. No, you know what? Now I think you're right. It was like the 12:30.
It was an early one.
I think it was like the 12:30 one because it was only like a half hour, maybe. There was
That's
one
yeah.
soap
There's
opera
that
that was
one, and then
only a
there's
half
the
hour.
yeah. It might be that one because remember Susan Lucci was on another one on
Well, there was like
ABC, and it
One
was
Life to Live. There was All My
One Life to Live,
Children.
All
There
My
was General
Children,
Hospital. But there
General
was a half
Hospital.
hour one. And I only
I
know
think
this
it
because my
was.
grandparents would always watch the news and then lead into the soaps. And there was a half hour one. So maybe.
My English grandmother would tape them every day, and she would come home because she was a lunch lady, and she would watch the taped versions of her soaps every day. Like, oh, how did you?
I
How
mean,
did they have stories for an hour every day? Like, good lord,
I
they
mean,
they never had beats. I
they're not
know, but it's
exactly like,
still
intricate.
no.
So no, I
That
agree.
sounds like the worst thing. It's amazing what they did. I don't. Well, how many are there any around anymore?
That's
Like
an excellent question. I actually
consistently
don't know. I actually don't know if any of those are on anymore.
on like
I feel like
network
no.
TV. I wonder.
Well, they're all like
Oh
talk
wow.
shows now, right? So
Now I'm gonna look. Yeah, I don't know. It would seem that way. Hmm.
it was a great idea for a long time.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you were home, I mean, I remember in college getting into like Melrose Place because they ran the reruns during
Yes.
the day when I was home. Same idea. It's like so the son got kernsed because all kids get kernsed on this show. I don't know
Poor,
why.
poor Keith Gaines. Poor
Ronnie
guy.
Ronnie Scribner might be a name that you recognize, Mike, because we talked about him earlier this season. He was the child in Salem's Lot, the TV
Oh wow.
miniseries. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
He would then go on later in the year to appear as Jeremiah in The Gambler. So
Good
big
for
year
him.
here for Ronnie Scribner, and then really nothing after that. He didn't do much. So
He
very
really
short. But
did
he
get
was
Kearns. Good call to Kearns. He really did.
I mean, that's
How
a
does he
ridiculous
not?
kernsing because that's like he's way
He
more
was
relevant than his
king,
parents.
and he had all
Yeah,
different
so
roles. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was huge.
yeah, he's a cult leader.
He's a cult leader.
He's a thief.
He's a thief.
He's a
I haven't
master thief. So
I haven't seen that much blood in a boiler room since Mankind Undertaker back in '97. Good lord, ding ding, ring the bell. I'll tell you what, though, this kid's a troublemaker. In real life, Ronnie Scribner was doing things. You can just tell. That's a bad
that
kid right there.
that escalated very quickly and
Coming
really
onto the
put really put Vicky on her back foot immediately. That
yeah,
kid did.
way
So.
to see her stand by her principles. Boy, she
All right.
folded quickly. Am I right?
Wait.
Jeez,
Yeah, and we'll talk about it when we get there too. It felt like
she
it didn't feel consistent with the Vicky character that we've seen so far. I'm
no,
not saying she's a bad kid, but she's not like a oh
like Keith
god,
Gaines
Captain Stube
drugged
is
her.
good. Right.
Like
So
I don't think we should go to like she doesn't know this anyway. Yeah, yeah, we'll get to it. But I was a little annoyed. Surprise. Yeah,
Shelly Hack is back. Well, not back on the boat. This is
for
the only time
us,
we've
she's
seen
back.
her. Actually, well, she is back on the boat.
Yeah,
Technically, she was on the boat the last time we saw her. She, of
but in the
course,
Caribbean last time.
that's true. She plays Carol Kate. We talked about her a lot on our Charlie's Angels bonus episode. This is her only boat. Of course, she played Tiffany Wells in season 4 of Charlie's Angels. And we are down to 3 episodes that will air after this Love Boat of her on Charlie's Angels. So
Is that
they
the end of
they
Charlie's Angels or the end of her on
there's
Charlie's
it's
Angels?
the end of her on Charlie's Angels. There's one more season after that. Now, interesting, the two-parter that ends season 4 and Shelley Hack's tenure has a whole thing about Jacqueline Smith and Charlotte Ladd
Right.
kind of getting pitted against each other by their love triangle member Patrick Duffy, and
I
and
don't blame
basically
him.
talk about resigning from the firm. And that turns out Shelley Hack's the one that gets bounced. Um, I don't get it. I thought she was good. I thought she was good in most of Charlie's Angels that we saw. I thought she was good in this. I don't get it. I don't understand the hate for Shelley Hack.
I think it's because who she's not who she is, not to sound.
Probably.
I think
You're
that's
probably
all it
right.
is. You know, you can't. Some people are just irreplaceable, or characters are
Yeah,
irreplaceable. It's kind of like the Chrissy thing, you
that's
know,
fair.
and maybe more so with Charlie's Angels because they were, the
Yeah.
poster, the classic. There's not Shelley Hack on that poster. They didn't remake that famous poster with her, you know?
Well, and the thing that sucks is I'm going to assume it wasn't like the most pleasant ending between
Mm-hmm.
her and Spelling, and then Spelling's got like 19 shows. So like, where are you going to
That
go,
was it.
right? That's why
Maybe.
it's this. That's got to be why this is our only boat,
I mean, it has
So
to be. Maybe she was just like, what the hell? Maybe
yeah,
more happened for her just to never work.
yeah. I was
Well, what
just
did
yeah,
she
like I
get?
said,
Anything after that from her, or not really?
nothing that really like I didn't
You
dig
never
too
caught on again.
hard.
Yeah.
I didn't dig too hard, but there's not like an obvious next thing.
We would
Um,
remember her for something,
exactly,
but
exactly.
I don't
But
remember
no,
at
I
all
all I'm
after that.
saying is seen her in two things now in a year. Thought she was pretty good in both of them, and I think the only reason she wasn't great in that Charlie's Angels was they kind of flipped it in the middle,
It was a
which was
weird
weird. But
flip the way
yeah,
they did that. Like, here's
yeah,
a TV movie to yeah, it was weird. But she was all right. She was all right. I mean, look, she was certainly not the worst part about this episode. I mean, look,
yeah,
she dealt with the script she was she was handed a
yeah.
script.
Right.
That's it.
Her, I guess, fiance in that storyline. Spoiler: Kevin Teague, who plays Chris, no last name. Uh, this
How
is
does
his
that
only.
guy
But
get a how does that guy get a portal? Who's this guy? And frickin' Ronnie Scribner just gets screwed?
did you recognize him from anything?
I recognize him, but I'm not 100% sure where I recognize
Yeah,
him from.
he is a very familiar looking character.
He is. Is he just
So
like a character actor, or is he
well, pretty
something?
much. But so before this Love Boat episode, his big thing was he was on Emergency,
I did like
um,
Emergency. Okay, maybe that's
and
where I.
he was actually the best man for the wedding of Randolph Mantooth, his co-star, when he got married in 2002.
Well, if it was Randolph Mantooth as the guest star, I'd tell you where he was from. But Kevin Teague, not so much. Sorry, Kev.
Um, he also appeared in Roadhouse. Eight is Enough,
Oh,
and I know you didn't.
was he the bar owner in Roadhouse?
I he wasn't the main bad guy, so he might have been the second bad guy.
Was he the bad guy?
He
Oh,
wasn't the main bad guy though, because he
right.
was like that guy was like a little guy. So I feel like maybe he was on the second bad guy, or maybe he. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've seen Roadhouse,
Yeah,
honestly,
I
but
haven't seen it in many, many.
he wasn't Terry
I know.
Funk. Um,
Who is Mike? Who is?
I probably knew him best from he was in Lost, which I know you didn't
Yeah,
watch, but he
yeah.
was essentially the real Sawyer. He was the con man who caused the character Sawyer's arc. So,
I'll take it. And you know what's funny is everyone has said, "Don't watch that show. Don't get into it. Don't get invested
oh,
in
I
it.
think you
You're gonna
should.
miss it."
I
I'll
think
give
you
it a
should
shot.
watch it.
And they'll do it this winter.
I think you should watch it, and the end, while not good by any means, does not hamper the rest of it. I really
Is it
enjoyed my rewatch. I really enjoyed my rewatch.
is it better,
So
worse than like the ending? Obviously, not the same thing as like the Sopranos, where all that. I'm a big
the
Sopranos
problem
fan.
the problem is now bear in mind this was a show that a lot of people we watched it together.
Yeah,
Our
religiously.
it was like our show. We would
Yeah,
talk about it. We would do the theories. We would talk about it constantly, and there were long breaks in between some seasons. There was just a lot of chatter and stuff like that. The problem was we kind of saw the end going badly at the beginning of the season. Like the last season just is like a
mm.
slow moving wreck where
Did they
it's
just
probably
keep it
not
going
as
too long? Like, did they
they
just
just didn't
extend the story
have I just
they didn't
don't
end?
think the ending was ever going to be satisfying. And then there were people like former guest Kevin who wanted answers to like specific questions and didn't get them.
Sure.
And then there were people like me who just wanted to have good like interactions, and they weren't getting. It was just like
Right.
they brought in some characters at the end that weren't. The last season is not awesome, but the first 4 or 5 seasons are great television.
I'll give it a shot.
I would watch it,
I'll
and
put it on
don't
my
listen to your
list.
wife. Don't listen to your wife because she only watched one episode. So
Yeah, she did the same thing with Breaking Bad. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're not.
she tried to jump in like the middle of an episode of season in the middle of the show. Like it's like so. But that's for Lost Project, which we are not doing because that would be too much.
No.
The great James Gregory
This guy.
plays Milton Benson. Only boat, sadly.
That's
66
why every week-
episodes of Barney Miller
That's right.
as Inspector Frank Luger. He also was the lead on Detective School, which we had talked about early in the year. He was the curmudgeonly teacher of Randolph Mantooth and others. So that makes sense, actually.
He's perfect. I mean, just this guy's born to be just crusty. He's great.
I knew him from something. My Barney Miller is okay.
Mine's spotty at best.
Right.
I remember his face.
But when I saw that he was in that many episodes, and that guy, I can see him. I can see him coming in and giving everybody crap. It's like so.
Barney Miller's criminally overlooked too. By
Yeah.
the way.
Oh, I would do a Barney Miller. Yeah.
I would do a Barney Miller.
His final credit was in 1986 when he played Mr. Sparks on Mr. Belvedere.
Oh, I like Mr. Belvedere. Good for him.
All right, and last but not least, Jane Meadows Allen as Gertrude Benson. We saw her sister last week.
Okay, I was wondering.
Yep, this is her second of 6 boats she, of course, played.
Jeez.
The terrible, terrible spouse of the terrible, terrible Ray Foster, prostitute lover, back in season 1, episode 21, I believe.
Poor Jane.
She will be back for season 5, a 2-parter in season 6. Sorry, a 2-parter in season 8, season 9, and the series finale.
Which that boat's gonna
as herself.
How many people can that boat
Oh,
hold?
we're up to like 30 people. Speaking of a lot of people that have been on the Love Boat.
Yeah.
I don't know if you would remember this. I had not thought about this in a very long time. And then I saw it, and there was a wave of nostalgia came over me, but I had a sister. So maybe that was one of the reasons we watched it. I don't know if you would have watched it. 1985, the miniseries Alice in Wonderland aired.
Yep. It was a bunch of
And
celebrities, right? Playing
there were.
Yeah.
Jane Meadows played the Queen of Hearts in that film. Would you like to hear all the Love Boat alumni that also appeared in that show?
Yeah. Because I remember it was a big deal. I remember watching it on TV.
The list went for a while, and I was just waiting for somebody from the Love Boat to be on so I could justify doing it. Because it really, as I kept going through it, I'm like, oh, right. Because, not Love Boat alum, the thing I actually remembered once I finally get to it is Telly Savalas plays the Cheshire Cat, which is actually the thing I remember.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So a lot of like nostalgia from that. So Red Buttons plays the White Rabbit.
Yeah. He plays
Artie
the White Rabbit? Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Artie Johnson plays the Dumouse.
Okay.
Roddy McDowell plays the March Hare.
Okay. All right.
Let's see. Sherman Hemsley plays the Mouse. Donna Mills plays the Rose. Let's see. Pat Morita plays the Horse.
They're just throwing people in
Scott Baio plays Pat the
frog.
Scott Baio plays Pat the Pig.
Let's
see. Martha Ray plays the Duchess. Sid Caesar plays the Griffin.
Oh, come on now.
And finally, Louis Nye plays the Carpenter. So, a lot of characters that we have seen already. Um,
I am not as excited now as as I was as a kid to watch it. I don't know. I was very excited, and now
well, there's a lot of people that
I don't know what
weren't
I was
on the
excited
love.
about.
There's a lot of people that weren't on the love boat that I didn't list.
I know, but still,
Um,
it's just
yeah,
as
it's just
the
a lot of
dog,
people.
as the
Well, it's the other thing too
unless
is
Huh? If
I
unless
haven't.
Sherman Hemsley's playing Alice, I'm moving on. I'm moving on.
Alice was like a nobody, which I guess makes sense, but
We don't want to overshadow, you
yeah, that's true. All right, anything before we get on the boat?
know. No, no. I think I think we've done it. I think we've done it.
All right. Well, good night. We'll see you
Yeah. Good
next
night.
week.
See you guys.
All right. Yeah, this
Just can we
I don't
just
know that
say it?
it's
Can we just
yeah, go ahead.
this is just a shit episode. I mean, it's really. And I know last week I was like, I'm coming in open minded, and I was. It's just not a very entertaining piece of work outside the brilliant work of Milton Benson.
There's a lot of stuff I don't like.
Yeah,
Now there are some things I do like. I think
sure.
it's relatively harmless, but I don't like it, and I really didn't like doing the notes for
I was
it. So,
uncomfortable. Yeah, it's weird sometimes when that time difference, like certain things, not that that would age well. It really ages poorly. It's just so cringy. Just society was a very different place back then, or things were
yeah,
just accepted. And what
yeah,
I don't want to,
yeah.
I don't want to
No, that's
roll it out
definitely
yet, but
yeah,
it's
that's definitely a thing. Yep.
yeah,
All
it says a
right.
lot about but
Stewie and Isaac are chatting it up in the lobby. Um, Isaac has decided already this is like a fun group, fun loving crowd.
let's go.
How he knows that already, I have no idea.
He doesn't know. He's just optimistic. I believe.
Stubing sees a book behind Isaac and he leans over to grab it. Mike, of course, this is the very popular book and analysis of non Euclidic geometry and Diophane
Yeah,
equations.
I got the same book here. Same book. Yep. That's what I was reading before we started recording.
Yeah, they really didn't do me any favors with that one.
No, it's just it wasn't even funny. Like
No,
they could have made it
it
sort of
was
funny.
too wordy. Like you could have made it a little more palatable sciencey.
Something.
Like
Yeah.
they got they got too excited about that whole character thing with her and then went too far.
Way too far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It turns out that textbook was written by the same person who dropped it, Carol Keaty or Kate, whatever.
What a weird last name to pick. You could pick
Why? Like, why make it complicated? Like,
from the show that brought you Steve Bryan. You got to give me Carol Kate. Come on, man. What are you doing? You're gonna make it difficult to say. It just doesn't. Anyway.
so Carol is a friend of Julie. In fact, former high school classmate. That's right. We have a Haley High alum.
She wasn't at that. What happened? She couldn't bother making it to the reunion. What's going on?
You know, she was one of the smartest people at Haley High, Mike. Which, based on what we've seen, is not
We saw
not
some
a high
things.
bar to clear there.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No.
So, Carol works at a think tank, which Stubing helps us understand.
I like he's just like a boat, a vessel that floats on the water. Just making like just declarative definitions of things. Like what?
Isn't a think tank a place where brilliant people work together to solve difficult problems?
It was like pop up video. It was like, come on, man. Was that for you or for me? Like, I am smart. Yeah.
Oh god! Like you can just see him. He's got the Funkin' Wagnall behind him.
He's full. He puffed up when he's saying it. All right. Stupid.
Uh, I don't understand how a nuclear physicist did not win the award at the Haley High reunion, but
She avoided that like the place. She had much better things to do, like write a book.
Isaac says that the crew does their own kind of think tanks, but the tanks usually run empty, which is exactly true because we've seen that crew try to come up with crazy plans, and it always is a huge failure. Carol heads off, but she runs into a handsome gentleman. The handsome gentleman comments that he hopes that the weather is nice. And then Carol just does a bunch of smart girl stuff about barometric pressure. And he's just like,
Nerd alert. They don't want to hear that in 1980.
well,
No guy wants to hear that then.
it's funny too, because it's like in 1980, that was very highbrow scientific weather talk.
Oh,
And now it's like that crap's on every forecast you see, like the
yeah, we got a
barometric pressure
channel.
and stuff.
Gives it to me
Yeah.
24 hours a day.
Yeah.
Yes, Dr. Katay, whatever your name is.
Julie tells Isaac and Steuben that Carol's big problem is that she's maybe too smart for her own good. She doesn't really end up talking well to men because she intimidates them with her intelligence. So Julie's laying that plot out for us right away.
Well, hold on. How would Julie even know? She notoriously doesn't write back to her pen pals. How would she have any idea? She always has these friends that pop up and like, oh, hey, remember me, girl? Can I get a discount? Like it's always some.
Well, and we see it later, but Julie is in the mode of however you were in high school is how you will be as an adult, and I will not assume you are any different. So
she's like, yeah, I'm just as the same.
Yep.
Yeah.
Isaac says, well, luckily you don't have that same problem to worry about being too smart for men to Julie. So bazinga. Many Julie shots this week that were not offensive because she deserved them all, I guess, this week. So
I'll say another light on the Isaac episode this week.
I mean, we're just at least they gave them like a few of those things to do, but
laughs, but
I don't understand the breakout this year. Like I almost want to like plot it out, like who had a real episode of their own this season.
Go for a few.
Yeah, and Steuben gets a ton anymore. That's just the way it is. But like, it's really weird.
Julie hasn't had. I mean, it just took that one big one.
She had a bad start.
Yeah, she had a bad start. But
the romance, lack of romance for most of them has been the weirdest part to me. I just assumed we would get a few of those every year. And
I mean, it's a love boat. I thought so too.
Miracles happen every hour, Mike. So
Steve Bryan.
Steve Bryan. Gertrude Benson enters the ship and asks Doc and Steuben for assistance finding her room. Steuben gladly offers to escort her over to Promenade Room 342, or as she listed, Promenade Room 342.
Okay,
so,
fancy talk.
Enter James Gregory. Most of these notes at this point are just quotes from James Gregory. So we get
James Gregory's the best.
Keep your filthy, lecherous mitts to yourself, or you'll end up with a knuckle sandwich.
I love it.
Listen here, sailor boy. You're going to end up as shark bait.
Right.
That goes for you too, Four Eyes. Degenerates.
I love every he's just coming in hot.
Yeah.
That's great.
And so ridiculous that you couldn't possibly explain it in this first scene, so they don't try, right? He just kind of like shows up and parachutes in and gets out, which is honestly, they do their best work when they either have an easy explanation or they don't even try to explain.
Yeah, no,
it's those middles that get them screwed up. So Doc had told Merrill that he would stand down. Kind of doubles back on that because he's like he does not want to deal with this at all. All right, the Gaines.
Here we go.
So the Gaines get on the boat. husband, wife, child, and their bags are being lugged in by an even smaller child, which is the first time we've ever seen this.
Never seen
So
that before.
so we are to believe that there's just
Just
like
street kid.
Lucy street kids bringing in
Did he have
bags.
shoes on? We never saw like the full camera shot.
Also, the rest of this episode, these asshole Gaines people carry themselves with this air of like sophistication and whatever. But they get bilked by this kid. Like, there's no way these snobs would let anybody touch their bags, except they would because they think everybody's beneath them.
They would let somebody in like a uniform. Yeah, it didn't match. Yeah,
Not at
I've
all.
never seen just some rando anonymous child pushing things on a boat.
Well, and it's like, it's one thing if it's like on the street, I guess, but yeah, to come into the boat, it just seems like that's a security thing. Like, the boat shouldn't want that. I mean, for exactly the reason of what happens, basically.
I just think you have to set the table a little more. If you're going to do that, you have to somehow make it make sense. I don't know how to make it make sense because it doesn't, but something has to be said. It's a stupid storyline is basically what it boils down to.
It's a stupid storyline, and they just use, like, why not have him just hide? He was a little guy. Why not have him just like be on the side of the bag and let Keith see him and give him a wink or something like that?
Just,
yeah.
Well, the whole thing would have been avoided if they just didn't go down there.
That's true.
I mean, I don't.
Or they could just carry your own stuff
or lock a door. How about locking a door?
I mean, Mike, it was marked. It was marked. We'll get to that. Signage is important. Keith's parents tell Keith to go look around while they check in because they don't want to be parents. And of course, he runs right into Vicky. And he is very intrigued when he finds out that Vicky is the captain's daughter. Very intrigued.
He's looking to take advantage of her. This kid is just pure evil. This is bad kid right here.
This guy's got like undeveloped. Remember Kevin from the gymnast thing?
Yeah.
He's got a little bit of that undeveloped energy. Like, I don't think he turns into Kevin, but there's a path where he turns into Kevin.
I think he's a little bit of Kevin, and he's a little bit that kid that wanted Pee Wee's bicycle. I think he's got a little of that too,
and a little bit of Jim Jones.
He's gonna give me a blade. Like this guy
bleed. You bled for Wallace, now bleed for me.
Oh yeah, he's a bad kid, man. You can't. This is my biggest fear. Like, my daughter hangs out with somebody like this. Like, ugh. On principle,
your daughter is the one who's orchestrating all this. She's the leader of any group that she's in. So you don't got to worry about her
at this point.
Yeah. The announcement from Steubing comes out that, all aboard is on aboard or whatever, get off the boat basically. And anytime we hear that, somebody's getting trapped on the boat. So
it's true. Either somebody's getting trapped on the boat, or Steve Brian is announcing that he found a last minute ticket.
I may have made this reference before, but I'll make it again.
Yeah.
It is like anytime in a wrestling match you hear them announce the time limit, it's going to be a draw.
Yeah.
So it's like anytime they announce this, something's up. And so with this announcement, the little child who helped bring the Gaines luggage in kind of scurries off towards the back. Didn't really seem to know where he was going, but he figured it out pretty fast. So
that is true. You bring up a really good point. How the hell did that kid know where to go? And wouldn't that kid wouldn't he have stood out? Wouldn't he have stood out like a sore thumb? Like, with all these people with clipboards and everything else, nobody's going to go, "Hey, we're."
He is very tiny. He is very tiny, though.
He is very tiny.
But I would have liked to have seen if you're going
to.
If you're going to do the thing where you're going to show him run back anyway, so you're essentially spoiling it, right?
Right.
If you're going to do that anyway, why not have him like hide behind a plant or duck under something or just do that?
Show us he's hiding. Show us he's like, because until they found him, I didn't know what happened to that kid. It didn't even make any sense. They didn't let us in. Like they was too much of a
No, I
we're like
honestly, the
looking
first time
behind him
watching
as
it,
he
didn't really
walks
think
off.
about it.
I didn't either.
Yeah,
I was creeped out. I
going
thought
to
it was
somebody's
John.
legs.
I thought it was John Aston in that boiler room. I didn't know what was going on. I got worried.
Oh god, that's not this season, right? No, it's that was last season.
No, no,
As I've started to look back at season 3, I'm like, I cannot believe some of these episodes are this season. This season has been very long.
it has been long. Well, is it the
So,
same amount of episodes in season
one
three?
more, I think it's one
One
more
more.
episode.
Was it
Yeah,
more two-parters, or wonder why we?
it has been more two-parters,
It's
but
been a long season, and that's
yeah,
with a repeat last week. Whew.
yeah, and we have a 90-minute to end.
I saw that.
Horn, and then Julie checks in with Isaac to see if Carol's been by herself the whole afternoon. That's affirmative, but that conversation sends off the breaker alarm. Doc sees that a lovely lady is solo, and he heads on over. But bad news for the doctor. She's doing the hardest crossword puzzle in the
Yeah,
world.
no kidding. That's funny. Yeah, well, he was humbled quickly.
I immediately started to resent this. Doc's a smart guy. Doc likes smart women too. It's not like, all that stuff. And
Made
it's
him look pretty
like
dumb.
it made him look dumb and also like, oh, well, this one's got a brain. Moving
Yeah, I
on.
don't need
Like it
this.
just I didn't
Yeah.
all
I mean,
let me
he's a
just say this.
doctor, right? I mean,
Every every part of this thing
yeah,
I don't like.
it
I just
offends
don't.
all of my
I just don't.
senses. Yeah, I get
I
it.
just really don't. And I get it's funny as many things as we've feared doing a
Hmm.
show from this long ago in terms of like things don't age well or whatever.
Right.
This feels like one of the worst offenses.
I agree.
Like, and it's like it's not
Well, it
like
was
it
a
just is
running
that thing.
theme. It was the
It,
theme throughout the entire episode.
yeah, it was, and also like in 1980 nobody even thought about it being offensive. You know,
No.
they basically she's all that her like it's just yeah just
Yeah, but
and I
even
didn't
then, it
like the
was
guy's quick
yeah.
reaction, and I didn't like Julie's whole bit in it.
No, like, oh, of
So
course she does, because it's just like it was so weird. Like, would it be so wrong for that character to just be like on a cruise, chilling out, doing a crossword, and that's it?
right.
She
Well,
keeps
that's the
trying to
other thing
throw
too.
dudes at him. Like,
Yeah,
Julie, just bug off, man.
yeah.
And plus, you're
We've
not
seen a
one. Just neither
similar
one.
right. We've seen a similar Julie energy with that, and it's like Julie,
Yes,
you're projecting, hun.
100%.
So
Because she can't get out there.
Isaac had a lot of good like just kind of one-liners here. This is where he mentions if she's chasing Doc off that quick, that might be a long, lonely cruise for her. So
That's funny. He did have some funny ones this week.
Keith tells Vicky how lucky she is to have the run of the ship. Vicky is trying to kind of play that down a little bit, but Keith ain't having it. And you know what? He really wants to check out this room with a sign on the door that says positively no admittance. Classic warning sign.
I've never seen a positively in front of a no admittance. Never.
You got an adjective in front
mind.
of that? Yeah.
Absolutely no exit. Yeah.
certainly do
No
not come
lock
in.
either, sir. No lock.
It's just in the hallway, right? There's no, and I'm
There's no
thinking,
like chain in front of it. There's no
right,
red.
nothing.
It's
Like
not,
you
yeah.
said, it's not locked. There should be
Wide
like
open.
a hazard sign on it or something. And then honestly, once we get in there, there's no reason it shouldn't be. You can't
It's
come
totally
in.
fine. That's where
Just
they
a
were
room.
storing things. Like, of course, it's
Right. Yeah.
absolutely admittance.
Why isn't this the backup quarters when flooding happens or
I don't know.
we're
Maybe this
packed to
place
the
floods
gunnels?
first.
Yeah, it's
Well,
all
this is where they
flooded.
keep all the miniature flags. Tonight we
That's
see a
true.
new one.
Well, an old
And the
one.
sangria, the spillover sangria is stored down here.
I laughed so hard at that sign. So,
I've never seen a sign like that. Yeah.
Keith makes a good point. No, there's nothing interesting in a room with a sign that says, "Come on in and look around." So that was pretty funny.
That was pretty funny.
Um,
Another
but
good
Keith's
one
got no
with
time for
Vicky.
Vicky's dilly dally, and he walks
No.
right in, opens the door. To your point, just walks right in.
No flashlight.
Nope.
Wouldn't that room be? How is there light in that room? Wouldn't that room be completely dark?
But why?
There's no
It's
lights in
just
there.
but why? Why is it not just a room? Like,
I think it's supposed to be like, I don't know how things work, but like there was this big pipes and things happening down there. But they
then it
like,
should,
but it was,
yeah,
but I don't think it would be. Honestly, I don't know why it would be storage if it's like a
right. Well, we're
mechanical
gonna put our
equip.
cushions. We're gonna put our cushions in the boiler room.
It made
Like
no
that doesn't.
sense down there. And a candle? Where did you get the candle from?
You know what it is? Julie had to hide all those candles when Loretta Swit was like, no candles in the pool. So
Just something.
it,
It was just a weird, like that room wouldn't be used for those things combined ever.
if this was a cartoon or like Community, there would have just been Easter eggs everywhere from the
Oh,
first 3 seasons.
yeah.
Like just everything would have
You
been
could
in
have
that
had
room.
the skeleton of the missing magician. You could have that. You could have had a whole bunch. The dead dog. You could have had a
Yep.
whole lot of stuff in there.
The Vincent Price ice cream thing. So it was just
All the
like,
props.
yep.
Charo's down there. Yeah.
Buddy Stanfield's head. So it's, yeah. So Vicky is very nervous about being in here. She constantly is saying that she wants to, she suggests that they leave and things like that. And if you hear her teeth chattering, it's me. She,
The hell is she doing, dude? She didn't even know these people or this person. Maybe turn around and go, hey, dude,
but
get out of
Vicky,
here.
but here's
Take
the
your
thing.
job seriously.
The character of Vicky has
Yeah.
been fast friends with every child that's come on this boat. So that part I understand.
Yeah, but she also got a jacket early on, and she like took this
She ain't wearing this jacket
role
now.
on the crew. No, that's how they did because the pin that he used the pin on the jacket.
Good point. Do you think that this is a direct result of her being exposed to Dr. Michael Mabry and his sex talk last week?
I mean, I didn't expect her to end up in a boiler room with two youths. The
No, you
very
know who
next week
doesn't
after.
end up in boiler rooms with 2 U's, Mike? People who don't listen to sex therapists at 12 years
That
old.
is true. I don't know what's going on with this. I will say this storyline as a whole was completely unnecessary.
Yeah, it doesn't get much better from here.
No, all the mystery's gone.
Julie asks Gopher to go talk to Carol now.
This
I
is
didn't
a
like
little
this,
more believable. Like,
but I didn't like
not
this either. So
no.
Burl goes over and he's like, "Hey, I'm Burl Smith. I'm the purser, blah, blah, blah." And he tries to guess what her job is.
Oh, dental assistant, like
Legal
all those.
secretary, beautician, women's work, I guess. Come on,
Yeah, I
Burl.
didn't.
Come on, Burl. You're a young guy, dude. You can't be.
Well, it's
You
just
can't be
not
doing that.
necessary, man.
Yeah.
That's the. I guess it was fine then. I guess it was funny then. I mean, that's the only thing I can figure.
She quickly corrects him and says, "Nope, nuclear physicist." And that humbles the Pisces purser. We found out that Burl is a Pisces.
So what? That's enough to just dash somebody's hopes back then. You're like, oh, you're smart. Never mind.
Oh, you have a good job.
Everyone was just slinging bullshit, and they're like, oh, I can't. You know what I mean? It was just weird.
Yeah. It's just that thing where it's like, I get that intelligence can be intimidating,
Sure.
and maybe that's not somebody that everybody wants to date or whatever, but you can't
That's
have a
fair.
cup of coffee. You can't. She's an attractive woman. She's somebody who can hold a conversation.
Yeah, he ends the conversation abruptly. Like, what?
Yeah, ridiculous. Isaac says that Gopher did last 2 seconds longer than Doc. He's comparing it to like it's the PBR bull riding races or something. So yeah, but I'm like anti a lot of these stories already for various reasons.
Yeah,
So
this one was especially full, and it was a lot of it was in this storyline too, where just
yeah. Well, and the thing is too, and listen, 90% of these Love Boat episodes you can pretty much tell where it's going from Jump Street.
Yeah.
So this was really no different. I'm taking the Benson's storyline out of this because I loved that.
Yeah,
But
same.
the other two, you kind of knew where it was going, but they didn't really have like a long set piece to fill the time. So it was just scene. It was of nothing, of no movement. So
And it's funny because when there would be something, it would be something where Julie's saying something to Dr. Katay, that was
yeah,
just,
right. Which I didn't
it
like
was
either.
it
Yeah,
was
they're
off-putting. It was really,
yeah.
it was kind of bothersome.
We'll get to that part of it. It's gonna be a lot of complaints about these storylines,
It was,
honestly.
believe me, it's not a. I had so much fun last week with the episode. It was so much fun.
Well,
This
and
just wasn't fun.
this wasn't fun. And the one storyline being so much fun and so silly,
That's what I'm
good
saying.
silly, it really pointed out how the other two were. So
Is this where would where would the Benson storyline fit in as far as quality in a different episode? Meaning, is it an A in a
I
regular
think
episode, or is it a
I
strong
think
B?
I think it is as good a silly storyline as
Mm-hmm.
they've ever done. I'd have to
I
think
completely agree.
about like I guess I always think of like the best silly storyline was like the Jim Neighbors Jewel Thief one.
Or the Billy Crystal one,
But was
like
that
the Kissing
I guess that
Bandit.
was silly. Yeah, I guess that was silly. You're right. Yeah. So it's like stuff like that. You
This
know what this
was, yeah,
was that should have been elsewhere? This should have been what the flooded cabins they all have to stay in the same room.
100%.
It's the silly they wanted. This is what got there.
Right.
Because all four of the crew members were great in this too. Like it was
They were.
just
Yeah, they
it
were. I
really
definitely
was. It
agree with
was like
that.
it was everything they were going for in that. You dropped it off here. Now, thank God this thing existed because this would have been the worst episode we've seen all season otherwise.
Yeah, this might have been an all-time stinkeroo.
I mean,
With
you
Benson's.
needed this level of a character that I didn't even know existed.
Well, you
So
needed comic relief from all the other stuff that just felt so weird, and then the Gain story was just an odd sort of
and that
quick.
took like weird turns in the middle of that. Like the Gaines became villains in the middle of this thing, which is just
somehow, but
yeah.
you got to wake up pretty early to get one past Stubing though.
Ugh. Mysteries. Back in the forbidden room, Vicky and Keith kind of crash into some stuff and they discover that it's Luis, the kid who brought in the luggage. Keith quickly susses out that he's a stowaway. And Luis lets them know that he's just trying to get back to his mom in Mexico.
Maybe, if you believe that.
Keith
that kid is a human. He is a what do they call him? He's a mule. That's what he's doing.
Poor, he's so tiny. He'd be a terrible mule. Keith immediately is like, "Don't worry, we're not going to rat on you. I got you." And Vicky's like, "But my father's the captain."
And he's like, "Shut up! I'm gonna cut your finger."
Shut up, blood brothers. So
I can't imagine dudes. I can't imagine boys in 1980 would allow themselves to be a blood brother with a girl. This was not a time for this. This is another thing too that it just kind of thought about. There's no. What are we, blood siblings? They weren't doing that then. They're
wait, you
not
think
gonna
it's like
let him do
you
that.
think it's our gang rules? Like,
Yeah,
so-
totally our gang rules.
Yeah, but she's got access to the boat.
No, they're just using. He
I
used
think
her
Keith's
to
playing.
go.
Oh, he's using her for sure. But yeah.
Just in case it goes wrong, he can blame her. This kid's got a plan B, like an escape hatch for everything.
Oh, Keith might be a psychopath.
Yeah,
Like,
he's not a good kid.
Doc comes across a lady sunbathing on the deck and points out that she might want to throw some suntan lotion on there because she's getting a little red. How red do you have to be in 1980 for somebody to say something?
No kidding. They could. That's when they used like baby oil back then. Like there was no
Or butter.
You're right. Like people just had no clue. What is it? Oh, it's Johnson and Johnson's baby oil for the day.
Wesson. It's delicious Wesson.
No kidding. You're cooking yourself out there.
Turns out it's Gertrude Benson.
Oh,
Doc's like, oh no.
not again.
But she's like, I need help putting this lotion on the back of my legs.
Like,
don't worry.
No.
My husband is elsewhere. And he's like, okay. Where is he? As he sits down to lotion her up.
Get the lotion in his hand.
He's up on the fantail skeet shooting. And not skeet shooting well because he just opens fire.
Around. He's turned around like you're supposed to shoot outside the ship. He's turned around with a rifle.
So he just starts shooting into the crew. I guess he just starts shooting into the crowd, basically.
Shooting over people's heads. Well, it's funny because, when you qualify in the military with a weapon, there's a guy in the back of the range, and he's armed. And I remember going, what's that guy's job? He's like, well, that guy's job is if one of you knuckleheads turns around with a loaded weapon, like that guy's going to take you out. So when I saw this, I'm thinking, where's the guy? Where's the control here? Haven't we seen a madman with a skeet shoot? With you're giving somebody a loaded weapon. There's no on the honor system, basically. You good? I'm good.
What? Is this the worst? Is this the worst potential crime we've seen?
I mean, this came closer to a shooting than the one on Christmas.
I guess I don't understand skeets in terms of what kind of damage could a skeet shot do to you?
What? It's like buckshot. It's
right.
Like shot.
Yeah, it's not good.
No. Like,
sorry, is it like what was the thing you said? It's like a triple bypass. It's not good.
Yeah, it's serious. It's serious. It's real serious. Yeah, no, that's no good. Like, you could kill somebody.
The only thing that I will say is a saving grace is we find out later that this guy is a gun manufacturer, so maybe he knows his way. He was shooting in safe areas.
What, did he skip all the gun safety classes, both in the rifle and pistol department?
He's just shooting stuff. He's just taking out. It'd be great if there were just birds flying down.
The Hindenburg comes down.
Oh no!
Make it like top secret.
It's the parasailers.
It's just
it's Debbie Allen's husband. He gets it right.
Be so sad. So sad.
Oh God! All right, Act 2. Oh, well, somehow only Act 2. Oh. We return to the blood ceremony. Keith, Luis, and a very reluctant Vicky are pricking their fingers. They're making a blood oath to become blood brothers. This is basically just to not turn Luis in, right? That's the whole need for this. You could have just said, I'm not going to do it.
Are they just doing this so she won't say anything? Why does Luis have to cut his finger open? Luis is the stowaway. Who's he going to tell? He's going to tell himself? It didn't make any sense.
I think Keith Gaines was coming on this boat and pricking fingers, and this just happened to be
no matter what.
Yeah, somebody's finger was getting pricked.
Well, that's why they kernsed him. They didn't want to encourage this behavior. Good Lord.
That's true. Really, they should have put
he was just trying to buy her silence. He didn't need Luis's silence.
What if he killed Vicky? Can you imagine?
Just from what? Just from the blood loss? He just from that pin? She's really a hemophiliac. Who knew?
Well, I mean, she's eating like chicken fingers all the time.
She's not a healthy.
By the way, obviously, this week's reason Vicky should not be on the boat is all of this.
Because she eats a bunch of chicken fingers, she might be a hemophiliac, and they're trying to buy.
She got inculcated into Heaven's Gate or something.
Something. I see those Nikes. I know what's going on here. But it was weird though. You're right. Like he was just trying to shut her up. But then why all of a sudden? Why was Keith? That didn't make. Why all of a sudden he was super loyal to? Like he was a little rich kid. Like why did he give two shits about the plight of Luis?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you really want to get deep into it, this is not there. But does he see the way his parents are, and he is supporting Luis because his parents are terrible to people like Luis? Because that's how it felt. There was a very overt racism here.
Oh
later
yeah.
on. Like,
Oh, there was on the way to the car. Floyd Gaines is like, "You little." He's so mad. He's so mad.
I do
Yeah,
not like the
there's a
games.
lot. I don't know. It was just weird. Like, why
It's
would
not
you?
there. This show is not that show, but
No, I wish.
you
I
know,
wish this episode was that show just for this storyline
just
of
do it. If you're gonna have a
reckoning.
ridiculous story on one end, why
Just
not have a
let it
ridiculous story on
roll.
the other? Yeah,
Let it end
just go
properly.
nuts.
Yeah, I want to see him get in the cab. Hmm.
All right, Mike, break out the striped shirts. It's French night.
When I first saw them, I'm like, is that Italian? Because the chef looked like he was doling out pasta.
But the one guy had a hat, right?
Yeah, the hat thing threw me off. Like, are these mimes? Like, what are these? Hey, thanks for the little mini flag because
If you
I don't
remember,
understand the red hats, but
if you remember last year when we had Italian night and French night pretty close to each other, and they were basically the same
it was
shirts.
the same thing. Yeah, they were basically the same.
So
Just any sort of beatnik
right, so
horizontal striped shirt.
it's European night. So
They're using the NATO flag is on every
well,
table.
even the music was kind of like vague, so you couldn't tell.
What is that? It's European music. Yeah, it was weird. It was not and there was no standout. Why no buffet? What do you need a chef? Why no buffet? So you can see some food. We knew it was, Mexican night because of the, you know, the little tortilla with cheese on it, and this is French
I
night.
forgot. Yeah, their specialty.
It's weird. It's weird. Just a half-ass French night.
Keith mentions that they got to get Luis some food, and Vicky's like, "I got it." So Vicky has quickly moved on to scheming again. So
I forgot about what's about to happen. Jeez,
oh yeah,
thing.
yeah. By the way, Stuving, just in case you didn't get enough shots in on Stuving in this episode.
Oh,
Jesus,
no.
Meryl took a beating this week.
I didn't like the way there was no. I don't know. I didn't like his reaction, but
we'll get there. Julie
Yeah.
asks Gopher if he's seen Carol, but Gopher's still kind of annoyed that Julie didn't give him a heads up on how smart she was, which, again,
that's so weird.
Julie is shocked that she feels sorry for Carol. Gopher points out it's kind of like Daffy Duck feeling sorry for Einstein. I don't like the storyline.
What if she was happily on a cruise? It's not like she came on this cruise and verbalized that I need a man. Like, she brought a crossword puzzle. She's just chilling. Like,
well, let's get to the next thing, and then we can So Julie heads over to Carol's table, and she kind of like over the top says, "I can see you're having a great time," and Carol points out she's like, "I needed some rest."
Right. She just finished a book.
But that's not acceptable, no. Julie McCoy.
No.
And then she breaks out the thing. Whenever Julie says this, bad times are ahead. It's my job to make sure everybody's having a good time. And she's like, "Come with me." And she like basically drags Carol out of the thing.
But it's got to be what Julie considers to be a good time.
Well, it's got to be for the reasons Julie considers too.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not. It's not your job to know what everybody's vacation preference is. If they were lonely and hard up and all that stuff. And I don't get the impression they've talked a lot. And again, Julie is taking cues from 10 years ago. Well, people change, Julie.
Well, and Dr. Katay said that she needed some rest. That's not code for I don't want rest. And in fact, I want
yeah, I want to change my entire personality to land a man, which
Julie and dress completely differently.
Julie, sweetie, who are we really talking about here? Come on, Julie.
She's so quick to have somebody give up the person that they are in order to land that thing that Julie thinks you should have.
Right.
In an alarming quickness too. Just.
And you know what? I have it later, but we can say it now. So
yeah.
You can't make this Julie character, which is this man hungry, got to find a man. That's the most important thing, right? And that's how she was with Joanne Worley when she was trying to get married. And she's been like that a couple other times, right? And it's not the sage advice that she gave the cheerleader. This is more like she's offended when people, don't want a man or what. It's just can't understand it, can't fathom it, right? But you can't have that character also not have any action of any kind all year.
Right.
Like
Right.
you can't. It can't be both.
No.
And neither of these characters, and it's definitely not the Julie we knew before. Like Julie would have been Carol in season 1.
But I think it's wildly inconsistent. Like the way they're going with Julie's character is just
They're flailing.
it's sometimes it's a bit of a caricature of that like lonely thing, but sometimes it's not. Like she used to be the heart of the ship, but now I'm just like, Jesus, Julie, don't give anybody advice. If this is what the character is now, like
Well, and it's
ADR
like,
Julie.
and it's like we don't really know what to do with her. So either we
Mhm.
get nothing, we get barely in it, Julie, or just kind of moving
Right.
plot around, or we get this, which this is like a little less worse than early season 3 Julie, which
Yeah,
was like
I
that
think so.
brassy broad kind of thing, but it's
Yeah.
still in the same. They
It's
don't know
still
what.
that same needy. It's in that same category of like that whatever that neediness is. I don't know if that's the right way to say it or the
Right.
way it's
And
portrayed. It's just
again,
weird.
here's the thing. Like, I understand the show isn't going to do this, but you should at least have it. You should have it in the show Bible, right? What if any of these characters is like, well, Julie, what's your love life been like lately that you're giving me this advice?
Right.
It's
Right.
like everybody else.
It's baseless.
Isaac has been quiet, but the rest of them have at least been trying. It's like, so I don't like it.
It's
And
weird.
this whole thing is very sexist and chauvinist too, which I don't like either. But
Just one of the honestly
yeah,
one of the
yeah.
one of the most like egregious things I've seen
As
television
someone
wise that
who,
shows it. Mm.
has, I would say, almost exclusively dated intelligent women in my life, I cannot fathom this attitude being a thing. I just can't. I
Yeah,
just
don't be yourself. Whatever that is, don't be
right.
yourself because it's so. And remember, what was it? That you dress smart, so it was like it's just
Dress.
weird. It's
Oh,
weird.
it's
Dress smart
stupid.
and
Yeah, it's
talk.
in here
It's
somewhere, but yeah.
it's just
So,
dumb. Yeah.
all right, we are at another sparsely attended captain's table.
Yeah.
So
This one
this
is.
is
What
this
is this?
week.
Just the gains
It's the
and
Gaines, Vicky, and Stewing. Yeah,
it's a
so
crap table.
it is not great. The upshot here is that Vicky is going to fat shame her father, so
Oh,
he doesn't eat, and they can take the plate of food back to Louise.
brutally fat shame. Just straight up use the word fat too.
You look great, fat. You are jolly. Like
Yeah.
just
Whoa. Why don't you just go
Vicky.
steal some bread? So they won't steal the bread, but he'll steal like you know what I'm saying? Like I don't it's just so dumb. They're gonna
Well,
give
not
us all
just
the details with the fucking pardon me. Whew, sorry about that. With the stupid food heist. They're gonna give me every detail I don't need. We're gonna say this and this and this. And yet there's so many stupid holes with this completely ridiculous storyline. I didn't need to know exactly how they got the food. I don't care.
they really were
Ugh,
just tearing apart. I mean, if you're not in favor of these Stubing thrashings,
no. Well, where's Luis using the bathroom, Mike? They don't need to tell me that for 5 minutes and explain
same,
that.
same place that
Where's he going?
Conrad Bain was.
He finds no peanuts found in that room. Mhm. But it's just like, I don't care. I don't care. Stop caring.
Sure, but in between getting fat shamed, Sherlock Stubing does put together that Vicky and Keith both have the same little pinprick on their finger, which is odd. How they get it? Paper cut. Great.
How much tape do you need to cover a pinprick on your finger? Don't they stop bleeding after like literally maybe a minute? Maybe a minute?
I mean, yeah, they're
And
they're
hours
children, so I
later,
guess
look like
yeah.
Revolutionary War victims here. Like, come on, guys, be cool.
Table 17, Doc and Gopher are joined by the Bensons. Doc does a pretty funny, like, oh, no. So
That's funny.
Gopher doesn't know any better. So he's like, what? And he sits down, and then the waiter comes over to help out with recommendations, and he gets
Bad
it.
idea.
He gets it right in the eye when he tries to help Gertrude.
Don't you dare
Let's
recommend anything.
see what he gets here. Listen, hash slinger. Just sends him on his way. So
He's great. He's great. Milton Benson rules.
So Doc basically punts the recommendation request
Smart.
to Gopher, and Gopher again he hasn't gotten hit yet, so he doesn't know. And he recommends the stuffed breast. As soon as he does, let's see. James Gregory responds to Gopher by calling him a punk and a little nerd.
Well, and then also there is no breast in a veal. That's the other thing. It made no sense. Like, what are you talking
stuffed
about?
breast veal, delicious.
Like, what stuffed breast?
Doc, after this, so basically the Bensons are like, we're out of here. We'll go back in my cabin and eat. And Doc says, this is the last time he dines with VIPs, violently insane paranoids. So
Good one. Good one. Why were they at a table like that? Was that like randomly you get to have like dinner with a crew member? Like,
yeah, it's like Tony and Tina or Mickey Mouse.
weird.
So,
That is true. It's like a character meal. Mm-hmm.
yeah. All right. Julie is in her cabin showing Carol some sexy dresses because, she obviously needs to find a man.
Quickly,
This is kind of the conversation we had already. Like,
it's more of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Carol is like, what makes you think I'm trying to find a man? And Julie's like, Carol, come on. I knew you in high school. And Julie's like, people change, Julie. So
Yeah. That was what, like how many years ago?
11,
And I
probably
wrote
at this point.
book. Have you seen the book I wrote, Julie?
Yeah.
There's
Julie.
no common ground here. Yeah.
No. Julie leans on Carol enough that Carol admits she's not great at small talk. And that's fine, right?
It's totally fine.
You could build off of that.
Right.
But Julie goes into this whole bit about how, the problem is you talk smart, but you dress dumb. You should reverse them, dress smart, talk dumb to attract men, which again is just insulting to everyone involved. So,
well, because
it's not great.
Doing this, and
I really don't like this storyline.
It's Captain Obvious. Julie's just looking at this, and we'll see it later too. Where like Julie's not giving these tips, Julie's not giving these tips like with her finding like a relationship. As we'll see, it's like, okay, well, who's next and who's next?
Oh yeah, that,
like
the next one.
day. So
yeah.
It's like I don't even know what this is. It's like be dumb in order to hook up with somebody.
Yeah, that's a good point. I guess I never thought about what the end game is for Julie because is she trying to help a friend because she's not listening to her friends?
No, she's not listening.
So all right, back in the no admittance room, Luis is crushing these leftovers that Steubing didn't eat. This is where he says he hasn't seen his mom since he left to live in California with his uncle, and he really wants to get her some presents. Keith's like, or no, Luis is like, well, I guess that won't happen now. Or will it?
What present? What are you talking about, Luis? What are you talking about? Presents. We just stole food to give to you. You show up down here. God knows where you're peeking and pooping. You don't have a change of clothes, and you're talking about gifts. Stop it. Stop it.
He gets a scam.
It's a little much. Hey, I can make sure you can get off the boat safely. That's all. And he's like, oh, I wish I had gifts for. Stop it.
I need some macho beast.
Something, but come on, man. You don't even. There was no. I just thought it was stupid. It was just a dumb part of the story. Like, that's not enough
It's
him
actually a
getting to
good
see his
point.
mom, like all of a sudden now you need a gift.
Why wouldn't it should have been something like he needed the money to
Was
get
it
a
a shot? Was
visa
he needed a
or
measles
yeah,
shot or
something,
something?
something.
Something.
Yeah, yeah.
But to get a
Get
gift for his mom,
get on the bus to wherever he's got to go. Like there should have been something. Yeah, you're right.
for a guy that doesn't have food, maybe gift shouldn't be number one on your list of things to buy. Just saying,
It's
Luis.
like Randy Quaid in Christmas Vacation. He just busts out the list of stuff. Buy yourself something nice too.
So basically, I mean, are they stealing meals the whole time for him? Are we just to assume?
He's a little guy and Stubing's a fatty. Do you think he just ate that whole thing and then they whatever that cheese was that they found later? So
I don't know. I'm assuming the rats had half of it because I think that's what's in a boiler room. I don't know. It's just come on.
Stubing runs into Mrs. Benson on the elevator. She's heading to the Acapulco lounge, and Stubing's like, "Oh, let me get that. It's on the Riviera
This
deck."
was pretty funny. Yeah.
When he leans across to hit the button, his watch gets caught on her dress. And of course, the elevator opens up to Mr. Benson, and Stubing's like, "I'm stuck on you." He's trying to pull it off and everything. And so I didn't copy down. Just know that in between all the insults of the crew is James Gregory just lavishing the most amazing comments on his wife about how much of a beauty she is and these fools don't deserve to see your raven like beauty. And like, it's poetry every time.
This guy is bringing it. He's given 120% in this episode.
Listen, Skippy, how you like to have a anchor shoved up your nose?
I like it.
Buzz off, bellhop before you become your own Dead Sea.
And you know what? Stubing didn't do it. Didn't do anything. He didn't say, "Hey, you can't talk to me like that."
Nope.
Stubing needs some muscle on this boat. We've seen his brother he couldn't get rid of. You've seen this. He needs like a bouncer or a cooler.
This
like Roadhouse.
I don't disagree.
Security.
And he's been hit twice. I don't disagree. Yeah. I will say this was a shock and awe campaign that he just was not ready for.
Nobody's
prepared. I feel so, this
Milton
was
Benson
just
is,
so
I wouldn't either. It's so much so fast. You don't know how to. Yeah.
Isaac asks Gopher and Doc why they're not paying more attention to Carol. They're just standing around here like losers, and they're both like, "Oh man, she's too smart." You know, they start doing all that, but they don't realize that she's been can't hardly waited, and she's all thatted, and she doesn't have glasses on now. So they notice her, and it's va 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 voom as Julie and Carol walk in. Yeah. The one funny line from Julie this whole thing was she tells the crew that they don't want to waste their time with the hired help, so they kind of zip by. So
it's kind of funny.
This mustache dude shows up and asks,
receiver. Is he the? Or wait, no, she's still smart, right? She's still smart at this point.
She's still smart. So this mustache dude asks if she wants to rumba. And she's like, well, it's actually more of a bossa nova. And then she kind of smarts it up, and this guy leaves. And Julie's like, oh no, TD, talk dumb. So I think that's the other thing too, is I didn't like Julie's delivery of all this. Like this was
like she's writing a book.
Yeah. Yeah, I just didn't like it. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
I have like the line, I really don't like this storyline, like every ending of this at this point.
It's so offensive and such a sign of the time. Was it how it? Oof, it's just odd to think that that's really how it was when we were growing up.
Yeah, to have to fake it.
Yeah, just
like
to be accepted, like it's not okay, and there's no empowerment here.
Is dumb taking the place of easy in this?
I think it's almost like they're I mean,
they're like one.
Like
they're 1-1.
It's
yeah,
the same thing. You just assume.
Yeah. Which, yeah,
and what that's. I don't know. It's just weird, especially when, like, someone, a Julie is telling someone to be like this, be dumb, in order to get it. Just It's weird, man. Oh, who do you want to go after next? I'm just like, what
Oh,
the?
that part was, yeah.
Come on, Julie.
The guy from the weather conversation at the beginning of the episode comes back up. He's like, "Do I know you?" Because it's Superman. She doesn't have glasses on, so everybody's
Right.
confused. And her talk dumb is that she basically talks breathy. I don't know. So
Oh my
whatever.
God.
But this,
Was
of
it like
course,
a
works
Marilyn
now.
Monroe kind of
I
thing? Sort
guess.
of.
Yeah.
It was annoying, dude.
Mrs. Benson flags down Isaac in the hallway. Isaac, of course, just coming back from the Pirates Cove, I guess. So,
Grr.
um,
He's wearing out a lot this episode, by the way.
yeah, he is. Well, he got stuck. So,
No quick
her
changes this week. Yeah.
her door's busted, and she needs some help. And Isaac's like, "Sure." He's like, "Oh, wait a minute. Are you the woman with the crazy husband?"
Yeah.
No worries. He's at the casino. No problems.
No. Oh,
And
you mean the
even
casino on the ship? Yeah, yeah, no, I'm sure it'll be fine.
and
Okay.
let me clear your head even more. He's not going to be offended because he's not good with like mechanical things. He's good with guns. So
Isaac
this
should just
concerns
kept on
Isaac.
walking. Come on.
Yeah. But Isaac starts to help out. I don't know what he's going to do to a door. And then he
He's gonna
hears
put it in a. He's gonna put the doorknob in a rocks glass. Like, really, what the hell is
it's
Isaac gonna do in this
gonna
situation?
gonna blouse it up. Um, Isaac hears James Gregory coming, and he, of course, scurries away. I'm going to die. I'm going to die. And he runs into the shower, which is fine, of course, because who's going to shower? So Milton thought he heard a voice, but he didn't. Gertrude, I will say this. This is like she's at least covering for Isaac, right? Like that could have gone really badly otherwise. So
Oh,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
Jesus, Milton killed Isaac just in cold blood with a pistol he brought
With the
with him.
pistol in the shower. The worst Clue ending ever. So.
That's funny.
But so Milton says, "Oh, call maintenance, whatever, get that fixed. I'm gonna get a shower." And he goes in, and classic move. I always do this. I just blindly turn the shower on before I
Oh,
get
who
dressed or
doesn't? Who
anything. So,
doesn't? Doesn't even turn the light on or look or
nope.
no, just
Yeah.
hands.
So Isaac in his flouty blouse is getting soaked. And who knows, man? That could have been hot water. Like we don't even know. Like
Severe burns. Yeah, that was a
um
weird. I was like, wow. Yeah, or if he was cold, if he started with cold, it's just as bad. Like he's
just as
not gonna
bad, yeah.
gasp.
I mean, getting wet in clothes is bad no matter what. It's just especially something like that.
Yeah, that's not.
But it's better than being killed, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Mrs. Benson, quick on her feet, says, No, you can't get a shower. There's a water shortage. Only tonight, but you'll have to wait and get your shower in the morning. Which at least gets the water off. Of course, Isaac is now just soaking wet. So
Just imagine how you'd be so mad. Just like, ugh, come on.
um Milton's like, this cruise stinks. We're in the middle of the ocean and we're out of water. And he also manages to drop in a bunch of sex fiends.
That was a good one. That was a good one when he said that.
I wasn't
Yeah.
expecting that one.
No, he doesn't disappoint.
Yeah. Carol, and we're gonna call this guy Chris because that is his name. They don't bring it up yet, but we're like halfway
Wide
through the
receiver.
show. Yeah. They're chatting it up. This dumb act is really working well.
I mean,
And I'm sure no comeuppance will be coming. Yeah, is this the part where he says he played football in college? He's a wide receiver.
She gave some stupid remark.
He must have lost a lot of weight. Yeah.
It's not good.
Isaac has managed to sneak out of the Benson room, which is pretty good considering he's in a shower soaking wet.
Imagine how long he had to stand there.
Well, it's not just that, but think about it. If you're actually wet, a lot of that's like linoleum, right? Like, so you're just going to flap, and he's got probably dress shoes on. Like, oh.
Something tells me Milton Benson's a light sleeper too.
Oh, very much so.
Yeah, he's not. You're not going to sneak up on Milton.
Isaac passes Steubing in the hallway and kind of runs away. And And that leads to Steubing kind of ending up outside the Benson's cabin. And when you know it, that light sleeper, Milton Benson, comes out. He sees Steubing. He's like, why don't you just get married, you pervert?
Well, he was. Steubing was kind of looking in the room like, what are you doing, man? Just giving it to him. Steubing does not know. I feel like this is kind of how Stubby would talk to Steubing. I feel like Steubing has gone back to like reverted to childhood because he can't deal with this.
I mean, it is just this guy doesn't come up for air. He just blasts these people.
Just the looks he's giving people, just like.
But it's like a velvet voice. Like it's just like he's just. Oh my god, so good. Thank God. I feel like I would have this would have been like a 20-minute episode if he hadn't been in this thing. I just would have been like, and this happened and that happened. And like,
yeah. Episode 72 will not be seen this evening, so we can bring you. This is
just do Hagen.
It's exhausting, this episode.
All right. Another weird one to start Act 3. Vicky runs into Keith, and he's taking care of some business. What?
Yeah, that.
What is that?
What is going on? Like, have him with. Well, no, we've already said that, like, or I said that Luis going, oh, I wish I could get a gift for my mom is a bit ridiculous. Like, I don't even know if Luis's mom really lives where this whole thing is a scam. How much was $200 worth in 1980? It's all bullshit. He's there to steal candles, get free food, and walk away with cold hard cash.
Sweet American dollars. I think maybe he's like a secret shopper to see if you can stow away on the line. Yeah. All right. Julie is gloating about how right her stupid talk dumb plan was, because Carol had a very successful evening with Chris. But here's to your point. Julie's already like on to the next one.
Right. Who's next? Like Goldberg.
And it is so a character trait that we have seen in versions of Julie that we do not like.
Yeah.
And it was just like,
well, she's devaluing herself and her friend.
Yes, 100%. Yeah. Yeah.
It's unnecessary.
And I mean, not to be lame or Pollyanna about it, but it's like you're trying to sell this show as the Love Boat, right? So Julie acting like Doc cheapens it by doing that too. It's just
it's not love. That's not love. It's not a miracle. If you act dumb, you get to have sex with a man. Is basically what they're saying. Right. There's no miracle involved.
Right.
It's just you're just being easy.
Who do you want to meet next? Who do you want to meet next? I assume you're insatiable.
Right. Like it's just who's next? Is this date?
I mean, it's what she did to her parents. This is exactly what Julie did to her parents.
It's true. It's just weird. It's very pushy weird. And odd. I don't like it. I don't like it.
And I feel like I keep I feel like I keep saying I want to see a Julie relationship because I just think it's weird that we haven't had one. But I also want to see what it looks like because it's been so long now, and this character is much different than the pre-Chenault one, that I would like to see what. I mean, at this point, it's probably going to be season 4. Julie romance looks like, because there's a lot of. It's like a Voltron of emotions right now.
But initially, I really thought if we go back to season 1, it was always end. And Lauren Tews, as she was sort of like, I don't know, she was more a part of the story, or her story was more a part of the overall story.
Yeah.
But I feel like after the Chenault thing, they just they flipped a switch where I don't know who she is. I don't think they do anymore because
they definitely don't. They have lost their way with the character in a way that they have, for the most part, solidified all the other characters. Like Vicky is new, so they're and she's a child. But like even Steubing, they got it into a pretty small box now.
Right.
So, And Julie, like
Like,
we said, we've said it a bunch of times. It's just like they don't really know what they're doing, but there's just weeks where they don't try anything,
no,
you know, and it just feels like I know like last week I was relatively happy with that episode, but it's like it wasn't like it was a great Julie episode. It just wasn't a
no.
bad Julie episode. Like I just
Right.
want
It wasn't this. It
yeah.
wasn't like degrading. Right. But you
And
don't get a
it's
happy
like
medium anymore with her.
it's not just Julie, right? It is Lauren too, is because I really liked her in that Cowboys movie. And it's just
Yeah.
that she made you care about the character in a way that just does not exist right now.
It's just
So
something
I don't know if
endearing
I
about
think it's
her.
their choice. I think it's a choice. I don't
Do
know
you
why.
think they're doing this to I wonder in a way because there's that endearing quality, just like you're saying, where that's a lot of that's been taken away, specifically in something like this episode. Is it purposeful? Like, is I wonder if it's like a purposeful attempt to get away from this being like Julie's thing. You know what I mean? Like the way they framed her in the first season versus now, it's like
Well, and it's like
she's
I think
doing something.
we may have even said this, but like you could probably take most of the Gopher romance storylines this year and just flip them to Julie storylines from
You
season 1.
could, you could,
And it's
yeah.
like to what end is that? Like why can't Julie be more like that now? I don't know. It just I don't
I think it's a disservice to the character, to be honest with you. Like I think they've just kind of lost their way with their whatever the initial story arc was. Something happened, something changed because they've just. I mean, that's kind of how you write off a character. What happened with her and Chanel? You know, it was
yeah.
and it was the first episode of the season.
And it's
Like
just like
really,
if you plotted out season 3 Julie highlights, you don't
right?
have much after like the second episode.
No,
Like it's been pretty desolate. So
and it's not like there's some. I mean, maybe there is, but I mean, maybe the last episode or the second to last episode is some sort of like
something.
Julie's
Yeah.
back and this is a little healthier. I hope something. I would hope they wouldn't just let it go for the rest of the season. But I
Um
guess we'll see.
as Julie's gloating, Chris shows up. She manages to sneak in a very ham-fisted TD, which Chris heard because great job, Julie.
It's so dumb.
Chris Chris and Carol kind of started talking about the sun. And Chris is like, might be better getting to somewhere shady. Get out of this sun. Too much sun is bad for you. Might be better go somewhere shady like my cabin. And Carol is like, that is shady, which is again
Yeah,
some good lines in here. So
that was a good line.
I
Yeah.
thought Shelly Hack was good. So back in the forbidden room, Luis is counting all that money that Keith gave him. Where did he get it? Don't worry about it. Smash
He's
cut.
bringing it
The
to you.
Gaineses have been robbed.
Yeah. Just surprise.
All right. Now we get into the Gaineses. So Stewie and Gopher have been summoned to the Gaines room. $200 in cash has been stolen.
Oh.
There's a thief on your boat, Captain. What are you going to do about it? Ugh.
They should call him Milton Benson. He'd have figured it out real quick. A pew pew pew. You know, he's the new sheriff we all need.
So Keith shows up back in the cabin as all this is going on, and like, hey, what's going on? And the mom's like, this doesn't concern you. And Floyd's like, a thief on the boat concerns everyone. Shut up.
It's so dumb. It's so dumb.
He wants. I'm getting very emotional about this. So, he wants Stewie to look at the crew first. Obviously, it's the crew who did it. And Keith immediately says, it's not the crew. And I think that's where Gopher figured out what happened. Because Gopher kind of takes a look and he says, the crew is very nice. He agrees with what Keith says. And then Stewie says he can vouch for the crew's honesty. So I guess
he didn't vouch for his crew's honesty when that girl was working in the friggin' gift shop, right? He wasn't vouching
she
in
was
that
new.
day.
Well,
Anyway,
he saw
yeah,
her
she was
steal.
new. Yeah,
Saw her.
former criminal. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, once a con, always a con. But I think they both kind of know something's up.
Mhm.
So, but anyway, they'll check it out. Meryl will definitely find it.
Oh, yeah.
Sherlock Steubing on the case. The Bensons are out sunbathing. Milt wants to make sure that she covers up because the body divine is not for these swine.
This guy rules. Just amazing. Thank God for Milton Benson this week.
Steubing, fresh off his investigation, runs right into Benson's and gets it with both barrels. To be due. Slimy swash jockeys,
Look at him. Just
peeping toms, and then one that I feel like was right up your alley. You should be up there steering this barge, Popeye.
suck. To call him Popeye, that was my favorite one of the whole episode. I was like, this guy rules. This guy gets it.
Oh, God. All right. Doc is sending off a patient, quote unquote, with a smooch and 2 aspirin. Meryl comes barreling into the doctor's office.
Look, drugs. Jeez.
Heavy ADR, first of all, which was weird. But Meryl's like, I was just accused. The crew was just accused of stealing by a passenger. And then Mr. Benson thinks I'm trying to hook up with his wife. I'm losing my mind, whatever. So Doc, his immediate answer is to get all your clothes off. I'll go examine you.
Get naked and I'll give you some pills.
And then let me give you a heavy tranquilizer while you're piloting this boat. We haven't seen Doc just hand out candy like that in a while.
It's been a couple seasons since he was so free with the tranquilizers.
So as Meryl goes back into Doc's waiting room, or into Doc's examining room.
Wait, but if you're in recovery, how are you taking tranquilizers?
Well, alcohol's not pills, right? You're not necessarily addicted to.
Back then,
I mean,
they were like,
especially back then. Yeah,
that's true. They didn't. Yeah, maybe it's different back then.
I'm not gonna run over a kid. I'm not gonna run over a kid on tranks.
It wasn't the pills that made me do it, bro. Relax.
It would be funny though if he relapsed because of Milton Benson.
Milton Benson gave him just shook him back into blind alcoholism.
So Mrs. Benson shows up. Turns out that sunburn was pretty bad. She's got a bit of a rash. Doc's like, oh God. He's like, I can give you an ointment. But before he can even get going with that, Milton shows up, blasts the door down.
Who's going to the doctor for sunburn? Honestly. Who's going to, what do you want him to do? Like, what?
Aloe, I guess.
I guess. I don't think it was invented in 1980. I think it was just, you just put butter on burns back then.
So Milton shows up and he kind of blasts through everybody and he ends up in the examining room where Steubing's like got his underwear on. And he says, what is this, an orgy?
Oh, that was so funny. They left it in there too.
I know. Oh God.
I just thought that was so funny because it was clearly he misread it, but it made it funnier.
And he follows up with, what's the head monkey doing here?
I just love the zero respect he had. Was just, oh God, it was great.
Steubing finally does, like, I think he probably just losing his mind, but he just basically says, I'm not trying to seduce your wife. I am trying to run this ship. And he's like, in the nude Steub.
This guy rules. He's the best.
Doc and Steubing both want those heavy tranquilizers now, regardless of who's driving the boat or administering medical attention to anybody. So
later, yeah.
All right, so weird scene. Julie and Gopher are taking some spare cushions into this empty room. which is where the spare cushions go with the pipes and the cheese or whatever. But they see all the kind of leftover food and stuff like that, and Luis gets caught. It was weird because like this clearly felt like something that they didn't script, or Luis wasn't hitting his cue or something like that.
Something
because
was off with the timing of this scene.
because Fred Grandy and Lauren Tears were both just like, it's okay, we're not going to hurt you, like it's okay, like, but it was just like very like trampled lines or whatever, and they cut it out pretty quick. So
yeah.
But he's done been caught.
Carol.
Hold
it. I have a question though, Mike. Wouldn't they be doing like sweeps of the ship looking for stowaways? Like at least one?
Well, I think you just assume that nobody's going in the positively no admittance room.
Yeah, why would you even? There's no need to check in there. That's
exactly. This room's clean.
Yeah.
All right. Carol and Chris are post-coitus. Carol is looking forward to spending a lot more time with Chris. She lives in LA and he lives in Phoenix, so that'll be easy to get together. That character looks like somebody who lives in Phoenix.
Yeah.
It's very much so.
Snow bunny. He's a snow bunny. Snow angel. What are they called? Snow bunnies? Snow angels?
Snowbird?
Snowbirds? Yeah, snowbirds. He's a snowbird.
3 different things.
Yeah.
Chris is like, well, and she's like, well, we'll be spending some time together. He's like, Turns out that Chris, while he enjoys Carol because she does a lot for, quote, his libido, when it comes to long-term relationships, he's looking for somebody with a little more brain power, Mike. I'm dumb. Huh? I'm dumb. You think I'm dumb? And she tells him to sit on it. Can't believe Julie's plan didn't work.
Another brilliant Julie plan.
Don't build your house on lies, Julie.
That's right. That's what happens.
All right. Steubing, Gopher, and Julie have returned the Gaines' $200 in cash. They also dragged poor Luis in as well to get his 30 lashes. All right. It's this asshole Gaines. So he's like, he says to Luis, he's like, did you have the money on you when you got our bags? And he's like, no. He's like, no further questions.
Well, how would he have? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. Like, so I guess they're thinking if this kid said, yes, I had the money on them, then he'd be like, oh, well, I guess you're not a thief. I don't know.
Oh, okay, cool, Luis. My bad.
Yeah. So basically, Julie and Gopher suss out pretty quick that Luis didn't do this. And Steubing agrees, and he's kind of like, let's get everybody to the captain's table. Maybe we can solve this, because he spotted on Luis's finger the similar prick to Vicky and
Luis.
Keith.
It's the undoing of them all.
That's right, Mike. It's Dinner at the Captain's Table's Mysteries tonight on CBS. All right. Act 4. Let's go to dinner. We got to get moving off this boat. I swear to God. Jeez. So I'm going to prick all my fingers. It's dinner time, and Carol is pissed at Chris for that whole dumb crack. She lists a lot of her credentials to show how smart she is. Julie already knows how smart she is. But Carol is not that smart because she asks Julie what she should do. So, isn't this your bad plan, Julie?
Not so smart, Dr. Katay.
Julie's answer is to basically start talking smart now to keep him, much in the way you talk dumb to trap him.
Is she going to dress dumb too and then talk smart? Is she going to flip the whole thing back to where she was before?
Flip it and reverse it, Mike. Yeah. Carol says Julie's got all the answers, which is a perfect example that there is not a television in the think tank that gets ABC.
It's terrible.
All right, Gopher pops up at the Benson's table and gets a quick shove off swab jockey for his troubles. That's it. That's all he gets. So.
That was a good one. I did appreciate when he called him a swab jockey.
All right, back at the captain's table. Mr. Gaines is confused why we're rehashing all this again. We already found the criminal, and him and Mom are both just like, these are like suburban white people.
Yeah,
it's just like they are. So.
Yeah, I agree. It's funny.
Steubing says there might be more than meets the eye. But these guys both know that Luis did it. Lock him up, basically.
Yeah, lock him up. Drop him off. Get him off the boat.
Yeah. Steubing has a plan. He basically, with Keith and Vicky sitting right there in earshot, tells Luis, "Listen, I'm sorry to do this, Luis, but I got to turn you in for the stealing and everything. So you won't be seeing your mom. Bad news for you." With this, Keith says, "He didn't do it. I stole the money." And he runs away. And the Gaines eventually go after him. And Vicky gets up, but Meryl's like, no. I'm going to tepidly punish you for this.
Yeah, no kidding. I'm barely going to do anything in the name of punishing you. And all the fat jokes, too. I'd have brought that up, too.
Meryl is very proud of himself, though, for solving this crime.
Oh. Encyclopedia of Steubing over
there. The Gaines catch up to Keith to try to be parents for like 5 minutes. Dad hates dishonesty, not as much as foreigners, but he refuses to believe, neither of them do, that Keith actually stole the money. They think that he's just lying for Luis, who is a clear criminal. And Keith has to be like, "No, you idiots! I took the money." You idiots. So
it's funny that they choose to talk to him over it's right next to the Ken Berry / Vera makeout corner.
Oh man.
When you need to have an important conversation and or make out in private. Why wouldn't they go back to the cabin and have this conversation?
Because I don't think they want to spend that much time with him.
I'd be like, "Keith, you better," I'd grab his ear and be like, "You better get in here, you little such and such."
So the mom, who is a sneaky, terrible actress, so, is basically trying to say, "Listen, we're not proud of what you did, but we're proud of the reasons you did it." This turns into they're going to take that $200 and buy Luis's mom some presents. All's well that ends well, I guess.
Sure. They're never going to see Luis again.
Yeah, they just bought like a tracking device and put it in one of the gifts.
Right.
Isaac tracks Steubing down the hallway and gives him a heads up that Benson's looking for him. Steubing actually finds Doc, and he's trying to convince Adam to come play some chess with him in the cabin, because really, Steubing doesn't want to be by himself if Mr. Benson's coming.
I don't blame him at all. I completely agree with you, Steubing.
Speaking of wanting to be by himself, Chris is on the makeout deck trying to apologize for calling Carol dumb. A tough one to get back in the tube, I would say, probably. So. Carol says that she has been talking about the moon a lot in her dumb voice, and then starts to do her regular voice and just drops a ton of moon knowledge on Chris.
Moon knowledge.
Most moon knowledge we've seen since the Moon Expert.
Yeah. He didn't really have a chance to share that much moon knowledge, really.
No, he really didn't. So.
He was all talk. He was all talk about that moon knowledge, but this is... Boy, doesn't Chris have egg on his face at this point?
He's got egg on his face, but he's super excited because she's not a dummy, so I guess he gets everything he wants. And he immediately is like, "Well, let me lock this down real quick." So he's like, "I'd like to hear about that every morning, please." So.
Yeah, they go from, "Oh, you're not dumb," to, "I want to be with you." It'd be funny if he was like, "Oh, too smart."
Yeah,
too smart. Like
real three bears. Three
outside of the yeah. That's hard pass. Sorry.
What do you think Chris does?
He's a wide receiver.
No, he's not still a wide receiver.
Sporting goods.
Yeah, that sounds right. Is there a Dick's in 1980? He works at a Dick's.
He's like printing out like local teams, baseball uniforms.
Oh yeah, that's 100% right. Yeah. in the Phoenix Mall.
He's trying to stay close to the game.
Doc is trying to escape Stubing's cabin. Meryl doesn't want to be alone. Doc says, I usually try to hit on women when that it's my thought or whatever. Isaac and Gopher show up to check on Stubing to see if he's okay. And then
What
Stubing's
time
kind
of
of
night
like,
is this? Were people just walking in? Isaac. It was like one.
well, Doc was going to bed.
That's what I'm saying. It had to be kind of late. He doesn't.
It
seem
was
like
probably
early,
pretty late. Yeah. Doc's probably tired too because he did whatever to that woman earlier, and plus they both are on heavy tranquilizers.
And he examined Stubing in the nude. That's the other thing.
Nude Stube.
Well, when you said take off your clothing, does that mean get down to shorts and like?
I mean, that's what he was in.
T-shirt, or is he just wasn't? I don't know. No,
it's funny though because he gets Stubing in that outfit, but the guy that he diagnosed with Lou Gehrig's disease, I think he just had like his shirt unbuttoned. So,
he only had one shirt, one button unbuttoned. Oh no! Yeah, yeah. He's a quick diagnoser of certain things.
He doesn't care. He just wants to make Stubing not his clothes on.
Eat this.
So the four of them are in the cabin and they're kind of doing like, four of us are stronger than one of us and all that kind of stuff. And then Benson knocks on the door and they're all like, so,
just crap their pants. Yeah.
Stubing's like, why have you been acting so crazy? And he's like, acting, that's a very apropos word.
I love this guy.
And then he starts to explain what's actually happening. But while he's explaining, he pulls out a pistol.
You, me, all these people. Yeah.
So the long and short of it is, and this is hard to understand because I didn't think the wife was dressed down or unattractive or anything.
She seemed like
but
standard.
They made it sound like she was, like a hobo, which was it missed me, but whatever.
Maybe
especially because
casting.
Especially because she looked way better than she did last time we saw her.
Yeah, no, definitely, definitely.
But
yeah,
anyway,
that was a weird.
That was the only strike of this whole thing. But the whole hook is he knows that he loves his wife very much, and he knows that his wife is not the beauty that she once was. She's a little over the hill. And to make her feel better about herself, he does this jealousy act to act just crazy so she always feels like the most beautiful girl in the room.
I bet she
hates it. I can buy that.
She hates it.
Interesting. Well, we'll get to that. Yeah. So interesting. But anyway, as an apology, he wants to give him a Benson Automatic 32, which is one of his fine revolvers that he makes. He doesn't want to murder them with a gun. So Stubing's like, okay, I guess, right? So, and he thanks everybody, thanks all four of them, real class act, and he heads out. And then Stubing's like, I bet you guys were all scared. So
I wanted to hear the gun go off. Like that would have been funny if like the gun had a round in it, just out the window or something. I just think it would have been hilarious. But
here's one for you, swab jockey.
Don't worry. See, everything's fine. Boom. But
all right, let's get the hell off the boat. Act 5, the Gaineses are still trying to get charges filed against Louise.
They're just...
She asks what's going to happen to Louise with the charges. She asks.
Because they have not taken any charges away. Yeah, I just want to know.
God, she asks. Oh my God. And Stubing's like, no, Vicky's going to pay $1 out of her allowance and I'm going to pay the rest to pay the ticket. So Stubing's paying the ticket. So not a real lesson learned here, Meryl.
Nobody learned anything.
So, no, they really didn't, especially the Gaineses. Carol and Chris thank Julie for her wonderful plan. I mean, I guess it worked in a
Julie.
I guess it worked in a Star Wars plan type of way, but
I guess.
Yeah.
That's just a weird. Hey, thanks, Julie. The advice. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Well, hold on. She's thanking Julie for going, hey, thanks for telling me to act dumb. Because when I did that, it attracted this guy who, after he had sex with me a few times, decided that I was too dumb. But then I showed him that I'm really smart. Thanks, Julie.
It's like, would
Well,
you thank somebody? Would you thank somebody for bringing you to a bar where you met your eventual wife? Like, is that a thanks worthy thing, or is that just random happenstance that
yeah, I don't.
Yeah. So I
Weird.
don't know.
Yeah.
It was weird, but anyway, they're
See, I
getting
think Harold
married.
just feels bad for. Of course, they're getting married. That's the, miracles happen by the
Miracles
hour.
happen by the hour. I've lost track of the number, but I
It's
may have to go back and count. But
hundreds this season
it
getting
has been
married.
a lot. It's been a lot. Not for Steve Bryan though. She
Mm-mm.
was married to God. All right.
Most
The flip
definitely.
side, Mrs. Benson lets Steubing know that her husband is a very jealous man, so she purposely dresses down as not to attract men, because if any man was attracted to her, even in the slightest, he would go crazy.
It's gift of the Magi.
Gift of the
Once
Magi.
right
I
here.
have the same.
This is totally gift of the Magi. It finally happened.
I have the same thing.
It's exactly it.
It is the gift of the Magi. That's so great.
We finally see a
We
perfect
finally
example of
got
gift
it.
of the
The
Magi. It's
perfect
been
the
what?
perfect storyline
What
for
has it been?
Christmas.
15 years we've been talking about gift of the Magi, and it finally happens.
Oh God. So in the show, what do you think is actually true? Either? Both? Are these guys both just nuts? Like, so?
I would assume that she's the true one
Yeah.
because it makes him feel. She's enabling him to feel. Yeah, she's way smarter than he is. I think that's the whole. That's the catch at the end. I think. Yeah. No, she's the one that's being honest.
Doc
She
and
knows
Merrill
what's up.
mentioned Doc and Merrill mentioned that the Bensons will definitely go in their ship book of memories or album or something. I don't know what that was.
What is
Weird.
going on?
That felt like a clip show was coming or something, like right after it. But that ends a
Jesus.
weird ass episode
That was a weird.
21.
Yeah, I think weird episode is a great way to put it.
All right, totals and a recap. King of the Mountain, best episode is the Dallas Cowboy cheerleader episode. Worst episode, we're sitting with 2 right now, the Charo episode, and then the one from a couple weeks ago with Gopher's mom and the Hudson brothers.
I think it's a safe bet, Mike. I think we can.
You think?
Oh,
But that one storyline was so good.
it was good. It was. I don't disagree.
I guess it has to be in the conversation. I guess it has to be in the conversation at this point.
Yeah,
Because you're right. Those other 2 storylines are pretty brutal.
they were heavy. They were like heavyweight. Unfortunately,
And it's very unique because season 2 was filled with amazing storyline, 2 lousy storylines.
yeah.
We had a lot of that. We haven't had that much this season.
No, it's usually had the one, but yeah,
Yeah.
This is
So, but I'm okay with carrying this along because this was a flawed episode, except
Yeah,
for the
I
one
agree.
thing.
I agree.
But I think at this point now, this is just going to have to be a debate on Stubby Night. And much like I said with a few episodes left last season at this time, I really hope we don't have any more nominees. That's all I kind of want, is to just not have any more nominees.
You know what's going to
So-
happen is we're just going to get quality for the remainder of the season. They're going to be like, we're going to make it so difficult.
I hesitate to
Stubby
say
can
this
be.
because I feel like I
Yeah.
finally got you to stop looking at the IMDb ratings.
Mm-hmm.
The last episode of the season has a significantly high IMDb number. It's like almost an 8, which we just don't get that high. So I'll be curious to see what that means.
There's a big star. There's a big star in that last episode.
I have nothing about it except that it's
Oh,
90 minutes.
Yeah,
so.
I'll save it then. I don't want.
Yeah,
to
save
give it
that.
away,
We don't need those spoilers.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was just we really talked about the problems and positives of this thing, but it was
It's
the
negative
the
just
bad
outweighed
the
it.
bad was
Oh,
the bad was bad
it's very
in a
specific
way.
bad, too.
Yes, very specific and very of a. It just felt gross.
Yeah, it was
Like
yeah,
the stuff
exactly.
felt gross.
It wasn't a funny, not funny. It was just
Right. I didn't
Yeah, I didn't
like
it.
I didn't like the reasons behind either of the
Mm.
kind of 2 character choice storylines. So
No, me neither. Not a fan.
I mean, this doesn't even seem like a question. Captain of the week. that's
Huh. I mean, Milton Benson has got to be. I mean, I don't know who else you'd give it to at this point.
no.
In my opinion, it's got to be Milton Benson.
I would say this is the rare occasion where me just literally reading quotes from him during us doing the show made me like it even more. Like just having them all in one spot, it was just like
strong performance.
And sort of in the same way as Dabney Coleman, who carried the Pepito episode on his back to basically avoid being the worst episode.
Yeah.
This is like, and again, I think Jane Meadows was very good too, and I think the crew was very good in that. The whole story, you could convince me that's the top 5 storyline because of what it was, right?
100%.
They landed 100%. The plane, like we got Gift of the Magi at the end of it. Like that's going to come.
Get that. There's so many great things about that story.
But that thing, if that thing was like 70% of what it was, this thing would have been death.
Yeah.
Or if it was bad. Can you imagine if it was bad and they kept going back to it like that? Like, oh my God.
They lucked out here. I think James Gregory was just a force.
I'm really kind of bummed out he's not going to be on again because that was like he should be a rival captain. He should be.
Get him on.
He should show up every year and just yell at Stubing.
General. Exactly. It just never gets old.
Like he should be the head of the line. He should actually be the head of the line. Yeah.
It would be fantastic.
I do want to, again, I said it early in the episode, I do want to give Shelley Hack some credit. I thought she was good. And again, I just don't understand what happened there, but that's
I don't get it either, man. I don't know.
That's for Charlie's Angels Project or Aaron Spelling's book or something. But yeah, so walk the plank.
No, it's got to be Julie. I mean, I just thought it's got to be Julie with the whole, talk dumb. I just can't. Yeah, I just didn't. It was just left a bad taste in my mouth. But it was either her or Keith Gaines. And that was just because Keith Gaines is going to be a problem when he's 18 years old.
Well, especially now that he's got connections across the border. Like right? It's going to be.
He's got a whole cartel setup going over there. Yeah, I go Julie. Honorable mention would be Keith Gaines for being such a bad kid.
I am going to go with the Gaines, the parents.
I can see that.
I don't disagree with Julie, but I thought the Gaines bad per minute, their rating was about as high as I can remember. They were not in it this much.
No,
they did nothing positive.
God they weren't in it that much.
Like,
no, they did nothing positive.
They were really bad. Like, I mean, and the mom was dumb as rocks. Right.
They were never like, hey, we can help Luis out. They never said that.
The fact that they asked about the charges that she asked about the charges at the end was just like,
how much time will Luis be facing? Like, what? Come on, guys.
But like, she's like the original Karen.
Yeah.
Like, you could see her on a cell phone, like yelling about Luis getting off the boat.
She's still mad.
She's still, even now, even though her son is running Los Hermanos, Los Polos Hermanos. So.
Exactly.
Anyway, that's Tittles and a recap for this week.
Wow. Yeah. Plugs, hitting season Patreon, absolutely hammered. Baseball season's coming up. This is the Phillies podcast you need, so grab your bat, your cap, your Phillies pride, crack open a beer, and enjoy a weekly Phillies happy hour with Chris Jones, Justin Clue, and our very own Mike Robertson. Check out Absolutely Hammered on the Hidden Season Patreon. You can find our audio podcast everywhere you can find your audio podcast. Please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that download button, and leave us a nice review if you have time. You can also check out our video podcast on YouTube. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook. Look for weekly reels and update. You don't hear a mail sound effect. No mail this week, Mike. You can send us an email at theloveboatproject@gmail.com. I did look ahead, Mike. Did you?
Okay. I did not. I actually don't know what we got.
Next week, Steubing and Vicky meet a child services worker. Wow, we saw that
Oh,
coming. Uh-oh.
oh, that was bad timing.
Bad timing
So-
for this one. And she's been cut. And the long-awaited return of the talented Eve Plum next week.
all right, I am excited about that.
Excited about that.
And that'll be our first March episode. As we're getting down to the nitty gritty here. We got 4 episodes left.
It's amazing. That's crazy.
It is crazy.
That's crazy.
So
I need to get on
like I said,
my stubby research.
yeah, the ballots will be being printed as well. So yeah, we got a lot going on here. As we finish up what has been an interminably long season, but and I will say we will save it for another time. I don't even know if it was a good season or a bad season or what, but it was a season for sure. But we'll talk about that at a later date. Very interesting episode, but this really will always be the Milton Benson episode.
Oh yeah.
And then some poor choices that we made along the way. So thanks, Mike. Thanks for participating in this nonsense for another week. Thanks everybody for listening, and I hope that you swab jockeys enjoyed this one, and we will talk to you again next time.